All right, stream started. If you want to join the stream, feel free. You could. I think you could just look on my Discord, and it should just show up.
Yeah.
Does it?
Does it give you money if we're watching the stream?
I think it gives me watch time. I don't think it gives me money, but you watching ads potentially might give me money
You got it.
Oof.
if
Can I just
that's
say,
something you want to do.
I don't know if you can see this, Andy, because you're in the Discord. Fucking
Yeah.
Sir Axis is on the screen.
He's in the Discord. So sure, Access is here. Okay, it's because I don't have the individual reactives thing for everybody.
I don't know how to fix that. The best
No,
I can
no,
do
no,
is turn
no,
it
it's
off. I
fine.
think.
No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. What the hell is going on? Come on.
Don't worry, I'm a cat boy still, so
How do
like,
I Amazon Prime sub? Oh, I did it.
Oh, oh my God, Cybele, thank you
Oh my
for
God.
subscribing with Prime.
that's crazy.
I deserve more of a shout.
Oh my God, thank you. Boom, wee, cheers. There's a natural 20. Oh my God. Oh, nat 20. It popped up on the screen momentarily. I don't know if you saw it.
Oh, there it is.
Wait, there's nat 20s in this game?
No, there isn't.
No, he's got a thing on his OBS that switches the screen real quick
Yeah.
because we made him do it, and then we've never used it.
I keep forgetting to use it, but it's there.
Wait, 8 people are watching.
Oh my God, that's not true. People aren't real. I'm
Actually,
just
have a
gonna...
mod a stream for once. Crazy.
an actual group of people, that'd be insane. But that's not what we're here for. We're actually here to play some, I was gonna say Dungeons and Dragons. That's definitely not the case. No, we are actually here to play
They would be sorely confused.
yeah. We are playing some Call of Cthulhu. As I've already given like a very brief introduction of the premise to all of you guys, I'm going to do it for the recording in case you guys want to look it back, or for chat in case we have any actual people in chat. But I don't think that's the case. Specifically, we are here to play Call of Cthulhu 7th edition in a little bit of a weird kind of situation thing. What is this even called? What are the one shots in like?
A scenario.
Yeah, that
I'm
one.
sorry, a scenario.
We're playing a little scenario called Deeper Than Black, one that I've written custom made for this little group. We'll essentially be setting. Oh wow, he's going insane already. But yeah, so as a little bit of an introduction, all of your characters have an awareness of each other and kind of are like acquainted at the very least. Some of you might know each other on a deeper level. Some of you might not like each other. Some of you might really like each other. That's not for me to determine, and that's will be up to you guys. But why don't we go around with a little bit of a introduction as to each of the characters, as you guys are all kind of driving your way up towards the town of Live Hollow after being given the introduction as to what exactly it is that you guys are supposed to do, which is, in essence, investigate Live Hollow, report back to the Denver police department to determine if there's any especially if there's anything specific or weird, and they want to understand what the success tactic, essentially, of this little town called Live Hollow is. They want to know why it's succeeding so well in the midst of the depression. Because at this current moment, it is late 1920s, early 1930s, let's say 1929. And you guys are all kind of, some of you are decently off, some of you aren't nearly as well off, but you've all made your living, you've all made your work, and you've done your work. But basically, a lot of other people are struggling, and yeah, some work came along your way, you thought you might as well take it. But let's see. Malcolm has a car, Elsie has a car. Who else said they had a car?
I do.
Okay.
Oh.
So Oh my god.
Pickup truck.
You said you do, and it's Elk. Elk also has a truck. Okay. Uh, where and how would you guys like to be separated? Do you guys want to take 2 cars? Do you guys want to take 1 or all 3?
I have a car, but I don't drive. Someone has to drive me.
Oh my
Who's your
Guess we're
chauffeur?
taking 2 then.
Oh, I'll see. It's one of those.
My character would be taking odd jobs for any amount of cash right now, so I could be a driver.
Yes.
Okay.
This is my
Yep,
driver.
there we go.
And
Mhm.
that's Robert, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So, Robert, let's say you're Elsie's driver. Elk, would you be driving your own vehicle?
For sure. For sure.
Okay. Malcolm?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we got 3 cars. Elsie is with Elk, Malcolm, Elsie is with Robert. Elk is by himself. Malcolm is currently by himself. Bartholomew and Peggy. Bartholomew, where would you like to go?
I don't drive. I would probably look at whatever gracious soul and gaze into their beady eyes silently until they just let me in their car.
Who bends the knee first, Malcolm or Elk?
Yeah.
Elk's not budging. He's not getting in the car.
You know what?
My
Let's
knees are what they
have
used to be.
Our first roll to see where
What?
Bartholomew goes.
Shot not.
Malcolm, Elk,
I could take
Yeah, that was
I
up.
need each of you to give me a luck roll.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Wait, is it
Jesus.
lucky to get him or lucky to not get him?
I guess we'll see. Remember
Just
that
roll
Just
it.
luck
click
roll,
LCK.
okay.
Just click LCK, right?
Yeah, I think so.
it should
yeah.
just prompt you to. It should just prompt you to
Oh,
roll.
wow.
Regular roll.
Yeah,
Interesting.
regular roll. Elk
Wait.
failed
Wow.
his check, and Malcolm
Bones.
also failed his check.
I mean,
So, because of the way that Call of Cthulhu works, it is determined by success levels, and then if you guys get a tied success level, whoever has higher in the stat wins. Because both of you failed, and because Elk has a higher luck, he is the one who technically succeeded in a contested roll. In this case,
yeah, I mean, like, Malcolm was gonna do it anyway, especially if Elk was like, I'm not doing it. Malcolm would be like, alright, hop in, old man.
all right.
How
Then-
gracious. And the car instantly like dips in its suspension.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like I do a cannonball with my body. Pardon me, yes. Alright.
Yeah, but as you guys are kind of leaving the city of Denver all the way and driving westwards towards the actual mountains themselves, you leave behind the clean, like almost industrialized city, which has really begun to kind of ramp up its actual production of kind of industrialized areas, and it's a beautiful area. I mean, it's the Colorado Mountains, so the snow-capped distant mountains kind of eventually kind of come into view. The forests to either side are rather calm for the most part. And as you guys are all kind of just driving along on this highway, it's surprisingly quiet. For the majority of the part, a lot of people in Denver kind of tend to go out into the mountains to just, vacation and whatnot. But given that it's potentially, that currently it's, say, late September 19... Oh, wait, no. It would be late November 1929. The roads are clear, thankfully, for the most part. There is some snow and there's a bit of just kind of various different bits of weather. The sun, unfortunately, isn't out, but there is cloud cover and it is still relatively bright, with no harsh weather incoming, at the very least, from the best that you can tell. As all of you are kind of driving through the mountains, who's leading out of the 3? Elk, Malcolm, or Robert?
Dibs. I'll take it.
Okay.
I
so
have
we
a
Elk
feeling
leading.
my car might be lagging behind a little bit.
He constantly has to like
Convoy leader.
steer it back a little bit.
Yeah.
His suspension.
Well, I guess
We leave like
absolutely
skid marks with the bumper.
Oh
Elk's
god.
been to the city before, so I think he might know the way.
Okay. Yeah, and Elk, last time you had been in Live Hollow has been at least a couple of months. It's been, let's say, at least 6 to 7 months.
Yeah.
would it have been longer for you, or do you think you would have been back? Like the minimum time frame would have been 6 months, because that's when around the weird stuff started happening. But would he have been back in like 6 months, or would it have been longer since he's been back?
I would say longer. His current line of work, it's kind of small potatoes to go back to what used to be a tiny town. So I think he'd been avoiding it for a while.
Okay, entirely fair. So let's say it's been a couple of years since you've been back, and last you had recalled, Life Hollow was small. There was maybe like 6 or 7 buildings. Um, there was a place called like the Hollows Mine, which was, if you recall, like a very, very successful gold mine back in like the mid 1800s, but it had slowed down after the mine had kind of essentially ran out of any materials that they could find. Um, but yeah, you've been back. You hadn't been back, and the Hollows Mine is really the only thing that kind of makes an impact that you actually genuinely remember. Um, Technically, because you've been back before. Actually, you know what? I'll wait to reveal this. But yeah, as all of you guys are kind of just driving your way towards, what's the three of you's drive skill? Malcolm, Elk, Robert.
Excellent question.
Not very good.
If your drive is
Sure,
below
I'll
a certain
drive.
amount, you're gonna have to make
I don't
drive
know.
checks, especially
I
as
thought-
the mountains and the roads kind of get a little bit more dangerous.
I thought I took drive. I don't see
You
it.
know that this car
Yeah.
is
Ride and
$9,000.
navigate.
There's
No
yeah, there's
drive.
ride, but that's for horses.
But ride is for horses. There isn't a drive. Jack.
There should be a drive. No,
Maybe
I
it's ride or drive.
ha. Oh, sorry, my mom was calling. It looks like you don't have a drive, so we're gonna go with ride.
Oh, well, if that's the case, I would have put
Yeah.
more points in the
There-
ride.
Yeah,
there
'cause
should
I
have
thought
been
that
a
was
ride.
for horses.
There should have been a ride. There should have been a drive skill, or like a. What? Did I not add it properly to my list? Is this
I
my
have a
fault?
trap
Ride.
skill.
Did I
Drive.
fuck up?
Tomato.
I think it depends on what era you're playing in. Of
Oh, you
Call
got the
of Cthulhu.
accent down.
Oh.
So, Alec, you were at this town before it was cool.
不会吃的啊。好，谢谢谢谢谢谢。
那个菜我给你造起来，
Mother.
好好，谢谢。
因为晚上时候那个
Mother
送好别乱丢。
是好，谢谢谢谢谢谢。You know what? I will, cause I swear.
Well, there is one in skills that we
Drive
can drag
auto.
into
Yeah,
our sheet.
drive auto should be there. You know what?
Well, it's
I
in
will
skills in the
Yeah.
compendium.
You guys can
and we have
all-
to drag it in.
drag drive auto onto your sheet.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Okay.
My apologies.
Can I switch a couple things around
Yeah,
here?
Yeah.
this is
Ooh.
it was supposed to be included. I am
What
not
is-
sure why it.
I have
Um,
navigate.
What is the base? Well, that's not the same thing.
The base is
what
20.
is
The base is 20.
What is the base? Yeah, what is the base to drive fine without having to make a check? Do
It's
you know?
40.
Good to know.
Yeah, let me move some skills around.
Literally.
Oy.
science.
Yeah, there's a lot of skills.
As it is, all of us are super new to this, so I am so sorry if there is mistakes. I am sorry if there is, things that are just like, iffy or wrong. It will happen. I will
It's okay.
literally not tell you it won't, because it will.
You're fired.
I'm all good now.
It's about
I'm
to join me.
fired.
Okay, yeah, I have 40 drive now.
I have 40 drive as well.
Excellent, excellent.
I have 25 and I'm not pushing it.
Oh, you're not adding anything.
$9,000.
Okay, well, I will need a drive check because the mountains do get a little bit more treacherous. The roads get a little bit more, or a little less cleaned. There's more snow that kind of gets added onto the actual road itself. I really hope you don't fail this. I know it's a 25% chance only, but
So that's not good.
that's not great. But if I remember correctly, Elk, you were in the front. Malcolm, would you have been second or last?
I would have been last.
You would have been last because you were dragging
Yeah,
behind.
absolutely last.
Okay, yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. I will, for now, teleport Peggy in when she comes. We don't worry about that until she's here. But
He's already there.
yeah, Robert, as you guys are driving down this kind of road, for the most part, it's quiet. Unfortunately, the radio has already phased out, and there's no such things as CDs, and there's no, music players in the cars as of yet. So you're just kind of driving along in silence until you hear like a loud coming in from the actual engine itself, and you could feel the car like sputter and pull forward, dragging you for a little bit as all of you are going like 60-70 miles an hour at this current moment.
Jesus.
What did you do?
Don't worry about it. It's completely normal. Cars are known to make noises like these when you're traveling deserted roads.
Do you know how to drive?
Well, are driver's licenses a thing in the 1920s?
Let's say they are.
I am a licensed driver.
Well, I don't know where you got your license, but I don't think it was a real facility.
I never thought to question it, but all I did was hand them a couple of dollars, and I was told I was allowed to drive a car.
Oh my god.
At this moment, Malcolm, you see their car like slowly slowing down, and it's like forcing you to hit the brake, slowing down.
I've been smoking in the car the entire time.
Entirely fair. Oh God, what is the equivalent of
Lung cancer?
No. I was doing
Eat
like a. Give me a spot hit.
Emphysema. Oh,
Yeah.
there's an elk hiding.
No.
Spot hidden elk.
True.
In an elk.
Sorry, I'm gonna move the tokens so you guys are kind of like in your respective vehicles.
Would I be driving Peggy? I guess
Sure.
Peggy's
we'll
in the
say
abyss.
Peggy is with Elk. Elk.
He's
give
been
me
chain
a
smoking.
Spot hit.
you got it.
Oh,
Nope.
That's not a critical failure, right? I'm pretty sure that's just a normal failure.
It's 10 short of a critical failure, I believe.
Yeah. Do you want to push it? On a note, for those who aren't aware, pushing a roll essentially allows you to kind of like perform an action or do something else in general that would allow you to potentially succeed. However, there's consequences if you don't succeed. There's no consequences if you do succeed, which means you could push a roll and essentially force yourself to roll again. And if you succeed, you succeed. If you don't succeed, then you suffer a consequence typically.
takes eyes off road, dies.
Hey, it's up to you, Elk. I
A
will.
Paul Walker reenactment. Yeah. Yeah. Why not? I'll push it.
Okay. You can. I think if you click the red like spider thing, you could click push. I will tell you before you push. I will tell you what the effects of like a failed push would be.
Okay.
Essentially, you would just completely go off track, and you would go like to the incorrect place, which means you would arrive to the action, to whatever would happen potentially like hours later after it starts.
Ooh. And the difficulty is the same, though, correct?
The difficulty is the same. It is just a regular roll. It is still a 55 or below.
Fuck it, we ball. Let's do it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank God.
Excellent. With 22, I believe that is a hard success, which means you succeed like impeccably. as you're kind of
We teleport.
driving forward, you realize that something doesn't seem quite right, and you're just kind of like glancing, and you have a rear view mirror. Looking back in your rear view mirror, you realize that the other two cars have kind of like slowed down and pulled over onto the side of the road. Thankfully, you didn't get too far, and you managed to kind of like make a turn if you wanted to and go back to meet them, or you could just slow down and just wait for them, like maybe 300, 400 feet ahead.
Would I, with that roll, would I see like smoke coming out of the car, like it's
Oh,
indicate
yeah.
anything mechanical? Okay,
Oh,
I think he's gonna
definitely.
stop and reverse back up because he does know how to fix cars. So
Oh,
he'll be like,
excellent.
okay,
Yeah, so tell me a little bit about the cars that you have. Elsie, I believe yours is a fancy BMW SS
Wow.
model, right?
BMW exists at that time. I'll send a picture. It's a 1930 Pierce Arrow.
Ooh, I don't know what that is, but if you... Oh, okay, I see it.
My
Oh,
dad
that's
just bought it for me.
fancy. It's very nice, and you could the
Wow.
rest of you could hear and see some sort of like sputtering thing coming out of the front of the engine as you guys are just kind of like messing around. Malcolm, Bartholomew, your car just kind of slows down and stops on the side of the road without too much of an issue. But you do see that in front of you, their car is kind of smoking a little bit. Malcolm, what does your car look like?
Yeah, give me a second. I had a picture that I sent. I think it was.
And in the meantime, Elk, what does your car look like as well? Would be interesting.
so I have a picture of it. It is. I'll just put it in the pictures, I guess.
Yeah, anywhere is fine. Just
It is a Chevrolet pickup truck. It is
oh,
rinky dink.
that is a
It
beauty.
looks
It's so cute.
It is pretty cute. It's got a little tarp over the back, and the back is absolutely chock full of random stuff.
Okay, I love it. I love it.
They have like a cute little nameplate or like a pinup.
Is
side?
Bartholomew on the back?
Oh, he's painted in
Yeah.
full black.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I'm in the
Sydney.
pickup. Yeah.
yeah. You actually
It
painted
probably
over
would
the
fit better
headlights
if
as
he
well.
were. 'Cause, like,
Okay.
That'd be so funny.
Yeah,
Because
Elk
this
was
is-
like,
This is Malcolm's car.
Yours is oh, okay, but I'm guessing the top is closed.
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, okay.
I'm not a psychopath.
Yeah, because it's like outside in Fahrenheit it's like 20-ish degrees, and in Celsius I think that's like negative 15-ish. Like it's cold.
Jesus.
It's chilly. But yeah, as you guys are kind of like glancing at this, you realize there's definitely some sort of mechanical problem. Elsie, Robert, you don't even have to roll for this. You realize you think that there's something wrong with the car.
It's a new car. I must
Well,
have been
miss,
scammed.
it might just be one of those factory defects. I think just to be safe, we should pull over and have someone check it out.
Aren't you going to check it out?
Yes. Yes, I am that person who is going to check it out.
Well, if you fix this problem, I'll add to your daily rate of pay.
I mean, if I may be so bold, could I request an extra dime a day?
I'll make it 2 dimes. 20 whole cents.
I would like to immediately pull over.
Doesn't know the value of money.
You pull over relatively quickly, and I'll say that Malcolm, you pull over pretty quickly.
Yeah,
and Elk,
absolutely. If I see the pull over, I pull over.
yeah, Elk, you get there
You
like
just
maybe
get out of my
2 minutes
car.
later.
The car tilts from the weight when you lightly veer.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'll just,
Sweat
I'll
Sweat
just
leaks out.
kind of-
All right.
I'll just walk over to all of them, or to the 2 of them. I'll just
Mhm.
go. All right, what's the holdup? What'd you do? What's wrong?
I think it's one of those factory defects.
When did this car
nothing-
get bought?
Just a few weeks ago.
A few weeks ago. Okay.
It's a new model.
Yeah, okay. Well, I recommend you wait until at least Elk gets back on over. He should be able to do something like this. He's unfortunately good at fixing and fucking up cars.
He fucks them up too. He fucks the cars.
Well, you know.
Slander.
Whatever's happening out there, it better be make it quick. I'm feeling rather peckish. Take me to town, post place, sir or madam.
You hear
So
just coming
I
from the
couldn't
window
see
of
you
Malcolm's
over
car.
my iPhone. And
It is a
a
miracle
dry
I've managed.
handkerchief too.
It is a miracle I've managed to drive this far. It truly is.
But yeah, after a little bit, all three cars kind of gathered together on the side of the road. And
Alright.
does anybody want to take a look first, or did you guys want to just look, or?
I am waiting
take a
until
look.
Elk gets here. I don't know what Robert wants to do.
I think I'll pop the hood in the meantime just to see if anything is legitimately on fire. But it sounds like Elk is the person to wait for.
Do you know where the hood of the car is?
Do you know how to pop the hood? Give me
Yeah.
give me a mechanical repair.
Oh boy.
There's a lot of levers
Oh,
in this
no.
bad boy.
Unfortunately, Robert, as you're kind of just like looking around, you see a bunch of like levers and switches, and you're just like you're not entirely sure which one to pull. You pull one, and then for some reason, one of the doors opens, and then you're like, "Wait, that's not right." And then,
Did you mean to do that?
Yes, miss. It's to improve airflow.
Well, it's kind of cool.
but yeah, eventually,
Well,
Elk,
might not be what you want.
yeah, Elk, you pull up. Would you like to try and attempt to repair?
Yeah, I'm gonna back up so that my trunk, like the bed of the truck, is like a few feet from the hood of her car,
Mhm.
and then he's just gonna pull out a big toolkit, sit on the end of the bed, and look at him. So what the hell did you pull on it?
So the lever I pulled opened the door, which I don't think I was supposed to do.
What?
Which lever? The door handle right here.
Please tell me there's not a label that just says door handle.
It's on the door.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. There's no. It's not labeled, but it is the door.
Oh, okay, I feel much better then. In that case, yes, that's the lever.
Excellent. All right. Well, let me take a look, and I'm gonna go ahead and try to pop the hood on it.
Yeah, give me a mechanical repair.
You got it.
I'm gonna
Nope.
watch Elk. Wow.
This is a little too bougie for my blood.
Fortunately, he does get the hood open. Unfortunately, you aren't able to diagnose the issue. As you're kind of taking a look at it, it is smoking a little bit. The engine is off, but at this current moment, you can't really determine exactly what might be wrong with it. Would you like to push the room?
Well, we could just ditch the car. I don't want to make us late, and it is just only $9,000. I'm sure my daddy could buy me another one.
Oh, what? 9 grand?
I see.
I am
What?
not walking.
Our car is
Not
fine,
anytime
Bartholomew.
soon.
I'm sure we could squeeze into Elk's truck and Malcolm's fancy vehicle over there.
You got a pretty
There is
high opinion on
plenty
how
of
big
room.
my seat is.
Well, if we put Bartholomew in the back of your truck, we should be fine.
Elk is
You
so apprehensive
Dave,
of that.
you're an old man.
Listen, man, I got enough room for at least 3
Uncouth.
people. He's taking up 2.5 seats.
I got a lot of. That's my whole life in there. I mean, if he breaks my stuff, that's it. That's me done.
If
I
I
can.
take
I
the
can.
bags and squeeze into the truck, and that leaves the miss to ride with this fancy detective here. Is that
I don't know if the
doable?
miss wants to ride with the fancy detective and the priest.
Just
Might
let
be a
him
little
know.
cramped in there.
Or
Elk,
maybe we just leave the priest.
you could
The
push
smoke's
the roll
just
if you
billowing
want.
out.
I bet if you roll them down the mountain, you get a good snowball running.
Oh my god.
My cigar just burns with rage.
Anthony, are you gonna push this roll?
You could.
I'm
Yeah, I think I will push this roll.
Okay.
Oh boy,
Before you
can't
push
wait
the
to
roll,
see this car.
I'll just let you know
It's either
that
Players.
if you do attempt to push this, you'll probably kind of be like explain to me how you would be pushing it.
I think he's gonna like dig into the actual mechanics of this car. Like he's gonna like put his whole top half of his body in there and root around until he can find out, like touching everything, see if he burns his hand or gets oil on it or something, just to
Okay.
get a sense of it. Because he does not want that priest in his truck breaking the suspension.
Yeah, there is
The car's a mimic.
there is there is a chance for bodily harm if you push this and fail. But feel free to
Ooh,
proceed.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
bodily harm.
Screw it.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a
It
success.
always pays off.
Very well
That
done.
would say that.
Very
Wow.
well
He
done.
really wants his
Gambler's
20
fallacy.
cents.
Like
Wait, I'm getting
there's-
paid.
There's a few close calls, but as you kind of like you open the hood, the rest of you just kind of glance over at Elk basically
I
burying
watch him.
the top half of his body in there.
I watch him like like a hawk. Haha, very funny. I watch him like a hawk while he's doing this.
Yeah, entirely.
I don't
fair.
trust this man, and I'm
Um,
gonna keep an eye on him.
As you're kind of just rummaging around in there, Elk, you realize that there is actually something stuck underneath one of the one of the components that feeds the fuel into the actual engine itself, and you're like, okay, what the hell is that? You get out like, do you have a crowbar?
I absolutely do.
Okay, then you pull out like a crowbar from the back of your truck. You go in there. It takes you like a solid second and a half, and like whatever this item is, you kind of manage to unjam it. It falls out the bottom of the actual engine bay, and you kind of like close it up. But the car, as it gets started up again by Robert, it seems to run fine. But kind of glancing down below, it appears to be like a bone of some sort.
I'm picking
Huh?
it up.
I could
Take
Got
a
it.
look.
I didn't put that there.
Yeah, as you kind of pick it up and take a look, give me a, oh god, what would this be? Give me a natural world roll.
You
Ooh.
got it. I think I'm actually good at that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm decently okay at it. Nope.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it looks like any other bone that you've ever seen. Like, you're not entirely sure. It looks pretty big, so probably from a relatively decently large creature.
Like an elk, perhaps.
Oh,
Like an elk.
potentially, yeah.
Maybe it's a dinosaur bone.
Given that Elk, you're holding this up, other people, if they want to, can also give me a natural world check.
There's no penalty for failing this one, right?
There is no penalty for failing this. There is if you push it, but
YOLO. Oh, so close.
Damn, that was.
that was a good roll too. That's a critical
yeah.
failure, right, Robert?
Uh,
The regular fail.
Oh no,
It
that's
says
a
if
regular
you
fail.
click it.
That's a regular
It
fail.
says it if you
Okay.
click it.
I think it's a 90 or over. It's a critical fail, and if your skill is below 10 or something. Okay, but yeah, no. As you guys are kind of inspecting this, taking a look, it just looks like a regular animal bone to you.
You hit some roadkill on the way up.
Pretty big thing for roadkill.
You want to put it in your truck?
Are you gonna eat that?
What?
Oh,
It's just a bone.
Which not want not. In World War One, we had to make do with what we had. We must be gracious.
Have you eaten all the food you've already brought?
How did you know?
You see
I
a bunch of
needed a
empty
little
brown
bit of
bags.
yours. Sorry, I was going to tell you later.
Okay.
You know,
Okay,
Malcolm,
well,
I know you don't approve
Yeah.
of my line of work, but I can take care of that if you're so inclined.
no, we might need the priest, alright? We might need the priest.
For what?
And I
a
would have
roadblock?
to arrest you if you did anything.
Well, we're on a special mission, right? You're gonna overlook it.
No, I cannot overlook this. What you were
Blow it out
suggesting.
your ass then. Enjoy your ride.
I will.
Is there
All right,
some
well-
beef between these two? Am I picking up some animosity?
You might be.
Yeah.
And I'm drags on cigarette.
Whatever. Can we get on the road? We're probably already late as it is.
Yeah, don't lose my tracks. I'm gonna chuck the bone off the cliff next to us.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
the bone just kind of goes careening off the cliff, the nearby cliff, and it just eventually tumbles down, disappears in the snow.
Avalanche.
Does the cliff reveal a cold and eerie vista?
It
What?
does not.
Fuck!
Not this time. But
How drab.
as the rest of you kind of continue onwards towards Live Hollow, the day eventually gets much darker. You can see that whatever sun there might have been is beginning to set. But you do find yourselves at the edge of a very small town, which you could see as you guys are getting closer, as the darkness kind of reels in. You can see that it is getting a little bit brighter on the actual road itself. You can see what appears to be just kind of like small gas lanterns, various different like bits of electricity that does seem to be functioning. What appears to be like maybe like a brick and mortar town, but also a lot of just log and wooden homes. And let's get you guys on the map.
Oh boy.
Oh,
Wee.
Town of Live Hollow.
Wee.
For
Who's
those
Leo
of
and
you,
Luigi?
Luigi. Oh no.
Luigi's.
Bato na ito.
For you, Elk, specifically, you're a little surprised, actually, because you did not think that this town would grow to be this large, because you remember there being at least another couple of minutes before you would arrive at the edge of the like actual town, but you're arriving much, much earlier than you recall. You guys would be arriving down here on the bottom right. And just as you're kind of like driving up along this road, you're not necessarily like, actually no, you are. Yeah, so as you guys are at the front, you do see like there's a small, almost what looks like a booth lit up. Someone in a police officer's uniform has like a bar or like a chain across the middle of the actual road itself, and they kind of like put their hands up as you guys approach. A little while ago, the road had turned from like the hard pavement and kind of cement that you guys are used to into soft kind of gravel and just mountainous roads. It's not great for your car's suspension, especially not yours, Malcolm. But you guys
Well, you know.
managed to make it to Live Hollow without too many other car issues, as far as you can tell, at the very least. But it does begin to snow ever so slightly. As you guys approach this kind of a small like hut where this police officer is standing there, you can see that he's got like a hand raised, and Malcolm, you actually recognize him. Give me one moment.
It's your dad.
Notes. It is your fault. No, I'm kidding. It's
My father is dead.
yeah.
Oh shit.
That's fucked up.
That just happened, my condolences.
You see what appears to be
That's
like
crazy.
a short, kind of like a little bit portly type of man.
Ha.
And you know that he's from the Denver police. This is Officer John Thornton. Or sorry, John Thornton. He was originally Denver police, and he was sent here approximately 3-ish months ago to do like a preliminary investigation into Live Hollow. He never reported back after he was sent here, and is actually one of the people that you were sent here just to kind of like see if you can find out what happened to them. And it is very surprising to you to see him here at the very front, kind of like stopping you guys right as you guys are approaching Luigi's Logging, which Elk, you would know, but the rest of you would not. But yeah, he's just kind of like waving you guys
Yeah.
down. He's got a baton on his side, and you can see what appears to be like a 6-shooter on the other hip.
I mean, yeah, if that's the case, I will absolutely like park my car if I notice him and I see him and just like walk up to him. And I just go, Thornton, what are you doing out here?
Malcolm. Oh,
Yeah.
it's great to see you, Malcolm. It's been a little bit.
Great to see you. You've been gone for 3 months. You were supposed to be
Well-
back in a week.
Well, you know, it's kind of hell back in Denver, isn't it? I don't really want to go back. I found a really nice life here. I got here, you know, I came in. Life Hollow. It's a great place to live, really. And give me a actually give me a psychoanalysis. Oh wait, you have a 1.
Yeah. Believe it or not something I'm good at. Psychology, I'm all right at.
Oh wait, what is the difference? What the fuck? I can't remember.
I don't know. All I know is it gave me psychology as a thing for my, pretty sure for my
I think,
occupation,
yeah, I think
as opposed to
psychology specifically.
psychoanalysis.
Yeah, I think psychology specifically is like knowledge on human behavior, while psychoanalysis is specifically determining someone that you're interacting with. It's like an insight check, kind of. So, if you wanted to, you could try it a psychoanalysis check. I will allow you to use a psychology check if you would like to as well, just because it's probably, you know, a little bit more.
I'd rather try to use the psychology check if you don't
The other-
mind.
Yeah,
Jake, I
go-
think it's
go.
the other way around. I think it's
Is it?
psychology is insight. Yeah. And psychoanalysis is like sanity related.
Really? Okay,
Oh.
then
Judging yourself or
let's do
something?
psychology.
Wow.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, sure thing. No
Actually,
problem.
what happened to your voice?
Huh?
Just kidding.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Unfortunately,
Ooh.
yeah, no. Like he seems a little weird, but you can't really place it why.
Real quick
could say
question.
it's
He never put in
uncanny?
like, yeah, he never put in like a resignation
Nope.
or a letter to like transfer or anything.
Zero
He just
contact.
disappeared.
It was literally he was like, "Yep, I'll go in, do an investigation." And then he was never heard from again.
Yeah, if I can't get anything from my checkup, I gotta just continue. I go, listen, man, that's fine and good, but you still gotta let the chief know that you're stationed somewhere else. If anything,
No,
you can't
no.
just
Would
go
be guilty
quiet
of
on us.
desertion.
It's not desertion. It's safe here in the Hollows. It's nice, right?
That's great.
Life
Safe
looks
is
great.
fine, but like you gotta let him know it's your job. You can't just disappear on us.
That I mean,
It's a felony.
I'll send a letter. Wait, is it a felony? It's a felony.
I don't know. I say
I mean, do you
with
say
the
that out loud?
utmost certainty in myself. Yeah.
Okay. Give me a fast talk.
Oh yeah. I definitely buffed that when you weren't looking. No, I didn't.
Come on, guys, no cheating. Please.
Wow.
Oh,
You can do it on your sheet if you just click.
Oh.
So if you click Bartholomew's sheet, lock it, and then
Yeah.
you click fast talk. It should just be able to roll it for you.
on skills. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have a fast talk of 5.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah.
The odds
man,
of that were.
I have 100 intimidate. Should have used that. Wait.
You have 100.
100 intimidate.
I'm min maxing. Min max. I have
Oh my
100%.
God.
I thought 90 was the
Fuck,
max.
dude.
I rolled.
90
I don't know, man.
90 is the max, so you actually wouldn't be able to get
Oh.
a skill past 90. Sorry.
Well, I'm just gonna.
You
You
can
hear
take
me
10
just
points
fiddling
and
with
then
some
kinda, like-
paper in the back. That's my character sheet.
Sorry, I'm rewriting history. Yeah.
Yes, but Bartholomew's he kind of just like looks at you strangely. You know, I'm an officer. I know that it's not a felony. Abandonment, yes, is arrestable, but I did send a letter. At least I'm pretty sure I sent a letter. I sent a
You
letter.
never did.
And to whom? A pigeon.
No, there was a courier that came through.
I can guarantee you right now, looking at you, you did not send a letter.
No.
Uh,
I concur with your devious duplicity.
I sent a letter. I sent a letter. Give me a spot hidden.
Who, me?
Anybody that is near the officer at this moment.
I think I got the base.
I sent a letter. Ooh. Okay.
Wow.
Oh
That's
no,
unfortunate.
Malcolm!
It's
Oh,
my
Andrew roll.
highest skill. It's my highest skill.
He pulls
my
out his
fourth.
magnifying glass.
Do I push this?
You can try.
Hey,
You're gonna have to
The
tell me
odds
how
are
you're gonna
so
be pushing it,
good.
though.
Man, I don't even. What? I guess technically there isn't really a way to, unless like
I mean,
I
you could
absolutely
literally
take
just
him
start.
and just
Yeah, you could start like
frisking
grabbing
him,
him
yeah.
and kind of like frisking him and just like checking things over on his body. If you wanted to, you could. Would you like to?
Frisky.
Yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Let's try it.
Go for it. Give me a push roll.
Surely there's no way I fail this again. Oh fuck.
I'll just shoot him.
There we go.
Very nice. Just on a regular success. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malcolm, you kind of like go up to him, you pat him down a little bit. He's like, "Hey, what are you
Yeah,
doing, Malcolm?
cooperate. You've been gone for 3 months. Cooperate.
I'm the officer here.
Yeah, so am I.
You're not in uniform. You're not. This isn't your jurisdiction."
It's not supposed to be yours either.
I, I, I mean, you.
I feel like
Well, I got appointed. The sheriff he appointed me. I'm the deputy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a couple words with the sheriff after.
Sure. So, sure. But with this kind of spot hidden role, Malcolm and Elk, both of you would very quickly realize that his 6-shooter is like strangely, there's not a single bullet loaded in it. 1, and 2, it looks like it hasn't been polished or taken care of in probably 3 months. There is like the various different signs of rust on this steel kind of like barrel. You can see that the sides of like the leather grips are starting to like slowly fall apart. They look like they haven't been oiled. The actual holster itself doesn't look like it's been opened in a long time. And there's, for you specifically, Elk, you see that there's a strange look of like peace in his eyes. And it unnerves you ever so slightly. Not enough to get a sanity roll, but it is unnerving.
If I just see the gun, I'm gonna obviously like I've been frisking him, so I'm gonna kind of like take it, look at it. I'm gonna say,
Come on. Why'd you take my
who the hell are you defending with some shit like this?
Look. All right.
There's not even a bullet in the chamber.
I admit I haven't been keeping it up to par. I haven't been cleaning it. I haven't been polished.
Yeah,
right?
for it looks like about 3 months.
It's safe here in the Hollows. There's nothing goes on. There's no crime. Like, we get a lot of new people, sure, but I turn away the people who don't look like they belong.
There's no crime except desertion and negligence of the duty.
Thorin, there's no such thing as no crime.
There is no crime. No, like, genuine. You know, in Denver,
Then why do they need a deputy and a sheriff?
just in case. I mean, even in Denver on the calmest of days, we still worked, right? We were still around.
And if there's absolutely no crime here, like you've just said, what's the point of looking?
Well, there's only 2 of us. It's a big town.
That's
What if something does happen?
absolutely ridiculous.
There's still property disputes, and we kind of have to, physically intervene.
Yeah, and if somebody
sometimes.
shoots someone else, what are you going to do with this?
They haven't. No one's got it.
And if they do?
Well, that's a possibility we'll have to deal with when we, deal with it. You should stay here longer. You'll see. It's
You
safe.
were trained better than this, Thornton. You were trained better than this.
Well, yeah. Come on. Trust me. It's fine here. All right? It's great. Look, if you don't believe me, if you don't believe how safe it is, really, stay the night. I mean, you'll hear her anyways, right? Wait, what are you here for?
You.
Me? What you mean, me?
Like I said, you haven't reported in 3 months.
Well, I sent that
You were
letter.
supposed to look at the town and then come back.
I sent that letter.
You didn't.
Look, fine. It's going to be Sunday tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we have
Yeah.
a sermon. in the church. You can
Yes.
come by, all of you.
Oh,
really,
yeah.
should.
Yes.
Come by, say hello. Father Patrick O'Connor, he'll be here. He's kind of our, I guess, de facto mayor. But he's a good man.
Perfecto.
Yeah.
What was the mayor's name? De facto.
Father
De facto.
Patrick O'Connor.
So the father is the mayor.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, with a small community like this, we kind
Isn't that combining like church and state or some shit like that?
As
Whoa.
it should be.
he kind of keeps his roles separate. He's a community leader more than a mayor or anything else. But yeah, I suppose it is combining. But don't worry. Tomorrow, gonna have a sermon, have a little bit of talk, have a bit of a enjoyable town. You'll see. It's safe here in the Hollows.
And how would you describe Patrick as a person? Is he a family man? Do you
Oh.
look up to him?
Yes. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say family man. I don't believe he's got himself a wife or kids, given that,
Well,
he's
he
a
shouldn't.
father and all. Being to God, as it were. He does perform what, about 3 months ago when I got here. You remember, how one of my legs was lame, right? Couldn't walk on it proper straight.
Sounds
Yeah.
lame.
You can see him kind of like do a little bit of a circle, and you can see that his leg is perfectly fine now.
Oh,
See? Performs
Wait.
kind of
So what?
miracles.
He's a surgeon?
No,
He
no,
tried
no.
Ozempic.
Father Patrick, he's a godly man. He performs miracles.
Saying he's a miracle worker.
He is a miracle worker. Now, I ain't saying he's no rebirth Christ, all right? But I don't know how else to describe all the things he's been able to do. He fixed my leg. I don't walk lame no more. And Luigi's thumb. He had it sliced off before. Luigi's logging cabin's here. He kind of points just at a building just behind. You can see it's like a lumber mill combined with what appears to be some sort of a lumber processing plant, basically. Luigi, his thumb got sliced off by one of the machines before, and with a little bit of help from Leo, the town's doctor, got it back on and working. Lickety split like that, no pain either. I mean, you really can't do that kind of thing with no normal doctor, right?
Mhm. Can't
It's
do
a
that kind
miracle.
of thing with a normal god.
Now, miss, I don't know if you're religious or not, but to believe in his grace is to believe in that he will keep us safe. And he has. Here in the town of Life Hollow, we are safe.
There is only one Holy Father, you hapless unarmed deserting lamb. I shall judge the quality of this Patrick and bring God's grace to this town.
He kind of looks over at Bartholomew. Did you?
Let you in
why'd
on a
bring,
little secret. I don't know.
Why'd you bring a pastor with you?
I don't know. I don't know. He was there when we left, so I just assumed he was coming with.
Where am I?
He's like, where have you taken me? Why am I here?
My grandchildren just left me at the bus station.
You're married?
No, I am a celibate priest. How dare you accuse immaculate?
Okay, yeah, sure. Will,
oh my god.
I can't speak for anyone else. I will take you up on that offer because I need to speak to your sheriff because the way this shit is run so far
Well,
upsets me greatly.
it's late evening. All right. I mean, the sun's already set. It's almost
I
like 8
know. That's
o'clock.
why we'll stay the night, or I will at least. I don't know about everyone else.
Well, you know what? I know you. I know you're a damn well good fellow. I'll let you. Can you vouch for the rest of your folks?
I look over at Elk.
Hey,
I look back at you like, okay, yeah, we doing this?
Uh, yeah, I guess I can.
All right, then. Don't cause any trouble. I wouldn't want to have to get my gun back yet.
Yes, no, I
Give me
agree.
that bag.
Don't cause any trouble. I'm
not like
still
you
looking
could
at Elk.
do anything.
He kind of takes his gun back from your hands and puts it back in his holster. And you
Polish
see that.
that thing.
All right, all right, all right. I'll
We'll
take
get a
care
new
of it.
one altogether at this point. The rust is gonna destroy that thing
Yeah,
now.
I mean, it's not that bad. Okay, fine, fine. Tomorrow, I'll go see if Stu's got a gun or something. Look, we didn't need it. It wasn't necessary, right? There's no
Always
crime.
keep something to protect yourself.
I knew you were just like this, you know. You were like this back in the force too. I appreciate it. It's good to see you.
It's good to see you too. I'm glad you're not fucking dead.
Well, you know, everyone's glad they're not dead. Everyone's glad their friend's not dead either. But you'll be fine. It's just
3 months is a long ass time, Thornton.
all right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right. I'm sorry. You'll be here. You'll hear from me more. All right, Hawk.
Good.
Plus, if you really need me to go back to Denver, I could make a stop.
Listen, all you gotta do is go tell them that you've moved, you're doing something else, you quit, whatever.
All right.
Just
Fine,
as long
fine.
as you're not, missing in action, pretty much.
Oh, I'm not missing.
Well, you were to us.
All right. Fine, fine.
All right. Well,
My
open the
breathing
gate
is
for us.
unbearably loud.
We'll head on in.
Yeah, he kind of just grabs the chain from the other side, hobbles it back over. Um,
Where's that in, by the way?
just take your first left. It should be pretty noticeable.
All right.
Sorry, did someone else say something?
I was just saying my breathing's unbearably loud throughout the ordeal. But I will remark as we continue on, Thornton, more like thorn in my side. My enormous and good side, dear boy. Let us not be bothered by him again.
Yeah, sure. You keep that kind of energy when we meet your father, all
They'll
right?
have a dry handkerchief. Mine is just
No.
soaked to the bone.
I don't got a handkerchief.
I think I need a
Fuck.
sanity roll. Oh my god. Um,
Can I wave off Malcolm as he's heading back to his car and he's passing mine?
yeah, sure.
What's up?
Something ain't right about him. Something in his
Yeah.
eyes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He looked, you were frisking him, taking his stuff, and he was just totally at peace with it. And it wasn't exactly a nice conversation. Too, I've been level with some serious stuff, but something on something else. I've never seen it
I mean,
before.
I agree. This whole crime never happens thing is
That's horse shit. I worked here before.
strange to me.
Yeah, well, I reckon we should probably I got some gear in the back. We should probably pick one or two rooms and hole up with some defenses.
Yeah, listen. I'm gonna level with you right now. Out of the entire group we got here, to have my back when something happens, I unfortunately will have to trust you the most. Because I sure
Come
as hell am not trusting
on.
the priest.
We got enough
no
history to
trust
know.
in God.
That's another thing. I'm sick and tired of this god horse shit. Something.
I try to say something, but I'm just like choking up so much phlegm like that. I just gag instead.
This,
I have a coughing fit.
this snake oil pastor they got running the joint. I don't trust none of that. I saw a lot of believers in France, and none of them got saved. So whatever this is ain't what they're talking about.
Yes. The
Well,
faces
we got our
of
own
enlightened.
priest.
Father.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's still time to fix that.
I kind of want to see
Hey.
him go up against the other priests, if I'm going to be completely honest.
Yeah, why not?
Well, there's always the stairs at the end. Might just struggle with those for a bit.
Well, we'll see what God has in store for him, all right?
Well, I got lead. If he's got faith, let's keep going.
Yeah, I'm back in my car.
I love that. I've got lead if he's got faith. Okay. But yeah, after the kind of chain gets pulled, you guys make your way into the actual town itself, and it's relatively quiet, but Elk, it's unsettling how much the town has grown in the last little bit. Because you only remember maybe like 6 or 7 buildings, and most of them were kind of converging around the Hollow's mine. The highway was built up near to here, mainly to allow for the Hollow's mine to kind of like bring all the gold that it had previously mined out and, you know, towards Denver to be processed. But like the roads inside of the town, they're pretty clean concrete. Like they look relatively freshly laid. The buildings themselves, a lot of them are just like normal wood and kind of timber, but there's quite a few that are actually brick and mortar as well, which is very, very strange to say the very least in your mind. Give me all of you. Oh God, what would I? Oh, sorry, I am so sorry. I am trying to like understand exactly which things should be used for this.
Intimidation.
Unfortunately,
Spot hidden,
no.
I guess.
I think this would be like a knowledge type check. So all of you give me an education check.
Oh man.
What are we trying to figure out?
Oh,
Your mama.
Ooh,
Oh my
that's
God.
pretty good.
Success.
I'll
So
tell you a little
close.
bit more. Oh, that's a critical
Ooh.
success.
let's
your
go.
monkeys.
I'm an educated man.
Okay. Wait, we're still missing one from.
Where is that skill?
Priest.
It's under
It's
the
not the
left
skill.
side.
It's like
It's on
the
the
Of course,
trait.
that.
Yeah, it's under
Right.
Making a
Right.
saving throw.
It's
No.
if you click edu, it'll roll it for you.
Edu.
Hit you.
Edu.
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 HU education.
Yeah.
So it's not a skill, shall we?
It's in the left side with all your other stats.
He's still under skills, but yeah.
Sturcon
Oh.
Sysdex app. Yeah.
There it is. All right.
Nice. Okay.
I
Elk.
love the fact that Elk is the only one who failed.
He did drop out of high school.
He's
Uh,
educated.
entirely fair. Yeah, Elk. Unfortunately, you can't really piece together what it might mean. But for Bartholomew's, Robert, Malcolm, and Elsie, you guys can all see that there would have had to been a lot of imports because brick and mortar probably isn't very easy to get around here unless they had a mine for it specifically, or like a construction company or something like that. But there's nothing like that to be seen around. 1 and 2, that's definitely not the case because there haven't been any cement truck. There haven't been any like things that are specifically for this kind of work that's been coming into Live Hollow. Because, well, you would have known. There is a mine. Do you see the Hollow's mine?
No,
on the
I'm
top?
being I'm
Oh,
being
right.
sarcastic.
Okay. Okay. I was gonna be like, oh my god.
Jake, there's no mime. Come on.
What? Okay. But
God, could you imagine we play this entire game? Everything important is happening in the mine. Jake, there's no mine on this map. What are you talking about?
Shit. Yeah, there's but
He did say the lanterns were gas.
you would know that the Hollows mine specifically is a gold mine, or it was a
Nope.
gold mine. Most of you would know this,
Now it's just an
especially
old mine.
Elk. Like Elk, you are very, very keenly aware because you probably worked in the Hollows mine for a little bit, at the very least when you were younger. But yeah. Oh, hello, Peggy's here.
Peggy, your
Peggy,
dad.
you're
He's
dead.
done pegging your mom
Oh,
Oh my
onto your
god.
dad.
jeez.
Oh my god.
Hi, Dad.
Jesus.
What?
Hello? Are you there? Peggy?
Hello.
Oh
What?
my god, she's here. Let's
Hello.
go. All right, the full
Hi,
crew is
sorry.
assembled. No, it's all good.
Damn it, Peggy.
A little bit of a summary of what had essentially happened is that you guys had been driving along the road. There was a little bit of car trouble with two of you, specifically Elsie's kind of brand new car.
There is a boner in my car.
There was a bone
There's a boner.
in her car. You guys managed to make it safely to the town of Live Hollow, but it is a little bit late. As you guys were entering, a police officer kind of stopped you guys, and it looked to have been one of the people that Detective Malcolm Hawk had been looking for. They exchanged a bit of conversation, and it was noticed by Elk that he was behaving strangely. And yeah. But you guys are now heading towards Breakstone Inn, which you find relatively easily. There's a very small kind of like, not necessarily a parking lot, but like a clearing of bushes and stuff that's been graveled over to give you a place to park. And you do see like 2 or 3 other cars that are currently there at that moment. And as you guys are kind of like getting out of your car, give me a spot hidden, all of you.
Damn it.
Oh, also, on a note for
One moment.
Mr. Detective Malcolm Hawk,
Yes.
on that critical success, you
Mhm.
additionally learned that there is no way this amount of infrastructure could have been built up in the last couple of months, because the reports that you had gotten was that 6 months ago there was 11 buildings in this town. There is now, at the very least, from just your eye line and sights, there's like 60. And that doesn't include this massive church that is in the center of town, and it is stone, and it is in a Gothic style with a single large spire that kind of just like stretches into the sky. It is so weird. Weird enough to warrant a sanity roll.
Oh.
Give me a sanity roll.
Oh no. Oh
Spooky,
no.
spooky rocks.
Spooky rocks, though.
Oh boy.
There's actually a god.
Okay.
Oh, let's go. I
That-
just made it.
That is a
Barely.
success. You do think
Yikes.
it's eerie, but it's not out of the realms of possibility.
Mm-hmm.
But it is something to probably note at the very least. Like you've been to like what is it called? You've been to like Amish towns. They've set up barns in days. Like it's happened.
Sure.
Yeah. So on the actual spot hidden check for those
We
of
need
you.
one more spot hidden chick.
Oh yes, from Peggy.
Peggy.
Peggy's here, son. Peggy,
Yeah. What about me?
Peggy
What have you
like
been doing?
wakes up mentally.
Yeah.
Um,
No, I've just been asleep in the car. I've just been asleep.
entirely fair. At this point, you get woken up by who was it with you? Elk? Elk kind of
Yeah.
wakes you up, and you now realize that you are very much within this town. And from the introductions, from the sounds of it, you seem to be within Live Hollow. Just as a gentle reminder, all of you guys were hired by the Denver Police Department to do a little bit of an investigation of the town itself, determine how it's become so successful, why there are so many people moving towards it, and why no one has actually left the town. Like, there has been not a single case of people going to Live Hollow in the last 6 months and coming back from it.
Right, and I probably came because I might as well be an archivist. I'm a librarian. What else do I do but archive?
She needs to know.
Do I have to also roll a sanity check?
No, not a
Or
sanity
a
check.
hidden spot?
I need a spot hidden. Yes.
Okay. A spot hidden check.
If you just click it on your character sheet, it
And-
should just roll it for you. in the chat.
Okay, let me see.
On the way to the inn, have we seen any sort of people just walking around? Any lights in these new buildings?
Yeah, you have. Just kind
Any
of as
Luigi's
a.
a logging?
There was no one at Luigi's logging at that moment, but like glancing around at some of the new buildings that have come up, you do see that there are lights and kind of things that are going on within them. Some of them, almost all of them, have like curtains kind of pulled, but you see like figures kind of walking back and forth from behind the curtains. At one point, you see like one person kind of like walk in front of a curtain, and you hear the dim like you hear what sounds like yelling or something. But not in like an angry sort of way. They seem to be yelling in joy or something like that. But okay, yeah. On the spot hidden check, Malcolm and Robert are the only ones who would actually spot this. Because it's so dark and kind of like everything is closing up. You do see that the Breakstone Inn is kind of lively. It's pretty kind of how do I describe this? It is lively, and there is actually quite a few people within. The doors are closed, the windows are closed, but you can see that there's a lot of light from within, and even outside, you can still hear what sounds like music coming from within. But Malcolm and Robert, the two of you, kind of maybe being a little bit more used to being behind your specific vehicles, you glance over at the other two cars that are currently parked here near you guys. And you realize that one of them is like rusting. Like it hasn't been driven in probably months and just kind of like left out in the elements. But it's been more than 3 months. Like getting a little bit of a closer look as you walk a little bit closer, you do see that this truck, the wheels are flat. They aren't popped, but they look like they've been flat because they've been left here so long. The exterior, the paint job is like completely worn away, and the entirety of the actual truck itself is like rusting. On an estimate, it's been probably at least like 5 or 6 months since anybody's even properly looked at this vehicle. The one on the other side appears to be a little bit more either well taken care of or newer, because it doesn't seem to have the same sort of kind of like aging and damage to it. It looks more like it's been here maybe like, it's got like a thin layer of snow just piled on top of it. But this rusting one, there is like ice all over every surface of it.
Maybe we won't leave this place.
Oh,
That's quite
unnatural
eerie to say.
growth and decay in equal measure.
You?
Or maybe they just
why
have
you'd
one
say
on
that?
purpose.
We'll definitely leaving this place.
I bet they won't miss their hubcaps.
I'm just kidding.
This town is a black hole devoid of God's light. Yeah.
Well, it
That's
is
why I'm bringing
nighttime.
my gear.
Glancing upwards,
Yeah.
you do see that there is unfortunately no stars visible in the night sky, as it
What the
seems the
fuck?
cloud cover that had been kind of ever so present the entire day is still very much present. But as you guys get a little
What
bit
is this,
closer,
Barovia? Just kidding.
no, no.
Zowie.
But sorry, give me one moment. I'm just going
Okay.
to try and find something.
What a terrible time to run out of brandy.
Yeah.
I
Have
say,
you been drinking this whole time?
I open my Bible and the cavity that is perfectly brandy bottle shaped sits empty, and I Shed a tear. Oh, music.
Oh, sorry, that's the
Oh.
wrong one.
Litter the bottle? Just throw it out a window.
That's what I say.
Jesus.
Seems like
Shut
a
up.
waste of a perfectly good book.
With all the music just like kind of vaguely dying over the corner.
It's a Bible.
The
It's whatever.
pinnacle of human perfection.
This is what peak performance looks like.
As you guys get a little bit closer to the actual inn itself, you can hear from within like what sounds like a small band that's just currently like kind of playing.
Playing a ditty?
Yeah, just like a little song. Nothing too overly exciting, but you know, it's there.
It's a ditty party.
Oh god.
You
Ooh.
can't say
No.
that.
Ooh,
No. No.
Jake, your Twitch
They're
channel.
playing a ditty. Oh, I'm just
Your
kidding.
Twitch channel. Oh
Oh
no.
no.
I'm streaming. No. No. But yeah. As you guys are kind of like entering the actual area itself, you do see that there is a relatively decent crowd, maybe like 10, 15 people that are all within this kind of inn that are just enjoying each other's company. They're drinking, they're talking to each other. But as soon as the door kind of opens, quite a few of them just kind of like quiet down their conversations or glance over towards you guys.
Before everyone
Yeah.
else kind of goes in, I'm just gonna kind of look at everyone and be like, make sure you get enough rooms for all of us. I'm gonna stay out here and smoke a little bit.
I'm gonna smoke a little too.
Are you guys gonna do crime?
No, I'm a detective. I don't do crime. I stop crime.
I'm considering
oh
it.
damn.
Yeah, bless your heart, detective. I was speaking to the other one.
It's in the air. We'll see.
No, he's not gonna do any crime.
I
Well, that's
mean,
what you said.
I'll go inside.
I just smoke
I'll
indoors.
also go inside. It is awfully dreadful out here.
I'll go inside. I assume carrying at least 2 people's bags.
I put my giant polar bear fur coat on you.
Jesus.
Like, the thing is massive. It is probably twice the size of Elsie. You don't
That
know
thing
how
has
she's
to
been
be
carrying
hot.
it.
100% real fur.
It could
How did
suffocate
they-
a person.
Skin the whole bear.
I didn't ask.
Way to make a jacket.
But yeah, as you guys are kind of like wandering into the actual inn itself, you do see a few people kind of wandering around the actual inn itself. Notably, behind the actual counter itself, you see like an older gentleman, probably later 50s, getting on in age, but he's got a soft smile on his face, and he's just sitting behind the actual counter itself, reading what appears to be like a newspaper. But yeah.
What
What does the newspaper say?
Oh yeah, what is it?
What's on the front? Fucking Sirius Black?
Give me a spot.
What?
Idiot
Spot.
spot hidden.
On the
spot.
newspaper that's right there. I'm just kidding.
Yep. Well, like the general information.
I was just fucking with you.
No. The general information from the newspaper you would get.
Oh.
Unfortunately, there's like potentially other things on the newspaper that might be more prevalent to the information that you might be seeking. But on the actual front cover of the newspaper, you don't see anything that's like particularly interesting. It's essentially a little bit talking about the depression, the oncoming financial crisis that's been caused by, bankers not correctly, adjusting for their monies. It's going to be like pack in for a hard time. It's going to be tough times ahead. On another one of the pages, it kind of like flips over. You see, it talks about the potential mobsters and gangsters that are kind of around New York this time of year, and all the weird shit they've been doing and up to.
Wow, so I'm like spending 10 minutes just reading over this guy's shoulder. I'm sorry.
Oh no, these
Go
are
ahead.
just like these are like
common
what is it?
knowledge.
article heads. No, sorry.
Oh.
Like the it's like the head of the
okay.
articles. You're just getting like, oh, New Yorkers at it again, or New York mobsters at it again, or something else is just
Yuck.
like, tighten your belts. You got to be ready for what's coming. Things like that.
Is it today's
Damn.
date or like at least pretty recent?
Give me a spot hidden, Robert. as you're trying to take a look,
Robert's the only one who notices anything for shit.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
you do actually notice that the date on this is dated specifically for April.
What?
Ah, Audrey and the Dead of Winter.
So 7-ish months ago.
Approximately 7, 6, or no, sorry, it would be May, not April.
Okay, so right around
And-
when the weird behavior started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I mean, is there a spot at the bar?
Yeah, there is.
For-
Currently, the bar is completely empty. There's 4 tables. There's 4 like stools that you guys could go up to.
All right. Maybe not Bartholomew, but room for the smaller ones.
4 empty seats is enough for me.
I will
Pardon
accompany
me,
Kelsey.
madam.
Yeah, me and Peggy, who has finally joined the party, will link arms and we'll go off to the bar. And I'll be like, "My, it is so cold outside."
Yeah,
And I'll bat my
Yes, it
eyelashes
tends
at
to
the
be that
party.
way in the winter.
You see the innkeeper like close his newspaper with a soft smile. He kind of looks over. Why, yes, indeed it is. It's a bit chilly out there today. No,
Would you
comes
be a
here with
dear
the-
and pour me something to warm my soul?
What's your favorite kind of thing?
Your sign.
huh?
Oh, sorry.
And
What's your...
if I recall, prohibition was very like prominent during this period, right? When did it start?
I don't know. I'm a flapper. I can do what I want.
Yeah, I'm just double checking.
It was like
1920 to 1933. So we're right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Okay.
Well,
This is a
we're closer
speakeasy,
towards the
of
end,
course.
but
This is like the
Mhm.
height of prohibition.
yeah, literally.
So you look behind the bar and you kind of glance at the actual shelf. It is a bar. This is not a speakeasy. This
Guys,
is like
I'm not leaving.
this is like an inn.
Oh no.
There is alcohol in the open.
You mean
That's-
they're
Mm.
disobeying the law?
You're not here. There's no
I'm not
crime
here
going
yet.
on.
Oh boy.
Quick, pour me something strong before the stricter ones in our party notice.
Oh,
I mean, despite joining, I kind of just wrinkle my nose and shake my head.
And she'll
I don't
get a
really
hot
want
chocolate.
No, I'm quite.
Hot chocolate.
I'm not really sure what a hot chocolate is, but I'd be happy to pour you something strong, Missy. He kind of grabs one of the bottles from behind. This is a Scotch locally brewed. Not like super local. It's relatively close. I think a town or two over, not towards Denver, mind you. But he kind of pours out about half a glass, brings out like an ice cube from a like a thing that he's got. I'm sure did they have ice cubes back then? I'm sure they did.
Ice cubes back then.
I don't know. I don't know if they had fridges back then. Oh wait, no, they
Ice
would.
spheres.
They would. They would. Yeah. He would just kind of like open a small fridge and kind of like pop an ice cube out and give it to you in just like a really nice cup.
Oh, I'll give it a swirl and a little sniff. Does it smell?
It smells
Fancy?
really nice. Like this is probably comparable to some of the stuff that your father has.
Oh, also, Robert, would you like a drink? Scott!
I would love it.
Any specifics for you, sir?
Double scotch, no ice, off the rocks. I'll be honest, it's been a good 2 years since I last had one, and I am desperate.
Yeah, he just grabs the same
Seems
cup.
like you're coming on a little strong.
He grabs like the same cup and he just doesn't put ice in it, and then he pours you like a double and then hands it to you.
I would like
Same.
to lift the polar bear coat out of my eyes so I can get a hand on this drink.
You give it a sniff and all of a sudden you're like, oh wow. Oh, it feels like just smelling it feels nice.
All right. I mean, I'll give Robert a cheers and take a sip of the drink.
Okay.
Nothing bad will happen, right?
Why would it?
Well, we'll see. All right, is there any conversation in the bar that seems interesting?
Ooh, are you gonna try and listen in?
Yes,
Give me a
if I
listen roll.
can. Okay.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Peggy, your dad.
Yeah, Peggy, your dad is successful. At that moment, Peggy, as you're kind of just like um, arm in arm with Elsie, you're just kind of opening up your ears a little bit to try and pay attention to some of the conversations that might be happening within the actual in itself. And generally, most of it's just kind of really benign things. You hear one gentleman talking to like an older lady, and he's like, "Yeah, my arm's not feeling all that great, but I'm really not sure what it might be. I'm gonna go see the father about it. Maybe he can perform one of his miracles, eh? Yeah, you shouldn't waste all his miracles on one of your damn arms. You should just let him, let it heal. You got time. You're still young. I'm 57, Dorothy. You're still young. And things like that. But you do overhear one thing, which is yeah. You do overhear one thing, which is kind of like two gentlemen kind of speaking to one another, and you do hear one of them being like, does it feel weird to you a little bit? What feels weird? It feels like I haven't properly worked in months. What do you mean months? I'm no, I'm sorry. Just probably something benign. Yeah, I'll be fine. You sure? Yeah. Yeah. But that's really the only thing it kind of goes to before everything else that you hear just seems to be relatively regular conversation.
Hmm. Interesting. And have Elsie and Robert paid for their drinks yet, or is there a tab going?
As you glance back
What's
at the
going on?
barman, you can see that like he's the innkeeper. He's kind of like gone back to his newspaper. He hasn't even asked for payment.
Okay.
He must know who I am.
They use a barter system.
I hardly think so. This is not cheap to come by.
Say,
And especially
bartender.
keeping this.
My arm has been bothering me. What could a girl like me do about something like that? If I had an arm that was real sore.
Elsie, did you hear any of the information specifically from Peggy? Or are you
What
just
did it?
or are you just saying this out of the blue?
Complaining.
Oh, I'm assuming that Peggy's like listening while I'm just like I don't know, distracting or talking to the bartender.
But are you listening? Would Peggy have had
Oh,
an opportunity to tell you this?
I can listen. Oh, but I'm just going off of the stuff from before.
Oh.
Here, I can roll a listen too. Oh,
Yeah,
there you go.
I-
I'll listen too.
Okay, never mind.
Look at this guy's life story.
God damn. Yeah, you actually hear all of what Peggy heard as well. In addition,
It's the
you actually
alcohol.
hear like the beginnings of the conversation that the two men had. You hear one of them kind of mention, "Hey, what were we supposed to go mining yesterday? Yesterday, did we? No, I thought we didn't we? Yeah, we went mining. No, the mine's been closed for 6 months. No, that's not possible. We work in the mines." And then it kind of translated into the rest of the conversation. It was like, I don't remember working for the last couple. It feels like I haven't worked the last couple of months, kind of thing.
I'm definitely not leaving this town. You don't have to work. You can get alcohol. It's perfect.
But Elsie, you already don't really work.
I mean, that's true, but it seems socially acceptable here.
I
No,
mean,
we all do our fair share. We all do our fair share. I mean, I'm right here, aren't I? You see the bartender kind of just like gesture around.
Of course, you're clearly working. Well,
He winks.
I mean,
Goes back to his newspaper.
wait, don't ignore me. I mean, Wouldn't she be able to tell me something interesting? Something no one else in the town knows? Something to interest a girl like me?
Well, you folk look like you knew, right? Like you hadn't been around live on much.
Oh no, we're looking for a tour in the morning.
Well, there's not much of a tour, but Live Hollow's it's a safe place to stay. You know, it's quite safe here.
So I've heard.
Yeah.
Not like New York.
Oh,
My God.
oh, New York's dangerous this time of year, especially this time of year. Yeah, but it's safe here at the Hollows. You can trust us. People are here are kind. We do our dues, and you know we take care of each other. It's a community, as it were. But if you find yourself lacking it, you should stay longer in the Hollows if you like. But yeah.
Well, there must be some sort of gossip. Scandal. You know, I'm a girl from the big city. There's gotta be something.
Scandal, gossip. Oh man. I'm not really sure there's too much of that. Give me a persuade roll.
Persuade.
Yeah.
What about? Okay. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Holy
Yeah.
Wow.
Good lord, Elsie is going crazy. Um,
It's the alcohol.
in that moment, he kind of like ponders, and I'll say that you kind of spot it even without doing a spot hidden check at this moment, because you rolled a fucking crit success. And as you're trying to kind of like persuade him, you lean in a little bit closer, and as you do, you can see that he's like he almost flushes up for a brief moment, and then you can see that there's this like weird, almost like contentness behind his eyes, but that actually fades for a brief moment before he kind of looks at you, looks at the rest of you for a brief moment. He's like, yeah, no, Laugh Hollow's, it's Laugh Hollow is it it's it it's it la, Laugh Hollow is a safe place to be. You see the kind of like light that had previously gone out of his eyes just return. But sorry, sometimes my brain don't work no good. I'm a little bit older, you see. It's a bit of the stutters. But no, there's nothing terribly too interesting that happens. I think Stu might have broken his leg the other day, and you know, one of the other ladies, they've been flirting with a couple men. She's single, mind you. She's not married or nothing, but she's been flirting with a couple of men, and quite a few of the men are a little bit upset with her, though nothing too serious. Nothing too serious. Don't know what else kind of rumors you might be looking for, stranger, but there ain't too much that's too interesting going on in Live Hollow. It's safe here. It's an escape from the depression, as it were. But aside from that, really, we just work, enjoy our lives.
I mean, that sounds very nice. Very nice.
Could I gauge what emotions he was going through when he had that momentary lapse of internal turmoil when he hit the mental paywall when a certain subject was crossed?
Yes, you can. Give me a psychology roll.
Shit. There.
Oh, okay. A hard success. That's pretty good. You guys are doing really well.
I am definitely hard.
Oh my god. At that moment, Bartholomew, as you're kind of like just inspecting this guy, just watching him from the side, you do realize that there is something off about him. It almost feels like you can't quite pinpoint it, but it almost feels like what is the best way to describe this in like 1920s terms? It feels like a mental patient that has been in an asylum has all of a sudden gained clarity for the very briefest of time before returning back to being whatever it is that they were. That's what it
Well,
felt
he
like.
was almost sapient for a moment.
He
Something
said
else,
scandal like 10 minutes ago. Oh, yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
sorry. Yeah, something else that you also noticed was there was this bit of like almost fear in his eyes.
Oh,
We heard your priest was capable of working miracles. Would he be able to do something about that broken leg you mentioned?
Oh, precisely. That's exactly the kind of thing that he helps with. He helps with physical ailments, and he helps with mental ailments as well. Uh, there used to be an asylum, I think, over in Denver. They actually sent a couple of patients up here to Lightfall. Um, now they're mighty fine. Nothing too much to worry about them anymore. And like I said, his miracles do miracles because, well, it's pretty safe here in the Hollows.
Would this fine gentleman, would you be able to point me to the town's library or archives or even publishing house of some kind, if there is one?
I'm sorry, miss. We don't really have nothing like that. Like this newspaper, I got this from Denver before one of the passing by couriers brought it up, and we just managed to snag it out of their hands. It was pretty good. But sorry, go ahead.
Are you saying you don't have books here?
Oh, we don't really have no need for it. We have a small school. We have a small school where children kind of get educated up to until they're about 11 or 12, and then we just all kind of start working after that. There's no need
I
really
lean
for
forward
higher
and the whole
education.
I'm highly distressed by this. That's the
she,
whole
she
point.
needs
That's
a
my
sanity
whole
check.
role on this team. Did I do a sanity check? I can do a sanity check.
Do you want to? Yeah, go for it. Give me a sanity check.
She asks.
I mean,
to do
that's the whole reason I'm here. Oh, I'm doing bad.
You can add a +4 luck to it to succeed.
Was that?
Oh.
Essentially, what it is that your luck points is not static. You can spend luck to increase or decrease your dice roll by a certain amount, especially if you're like super close to a passing value. So if you wanted to spend
would I
luck
roll
points,
again?
no, it would be you would spend an amount of luck that would equal that would be required. So in this case, you would spend 4 luck points, and that would bring you to 55, which is a success.
Okay.
Would you
Yeah,
want to do that?
Yeah.
If you
So
click
that means
on
I'm
the
at 46.
if you click on the spider,
right?
and then at the bottom
yes.
there should be a way for you to say spend luck.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
In the
I
chat
hit
box.
the spider, and it says failure.
And then is there a box that says use luck?
No.
Oh wait, I don't think you can use luck on a sanity check.
Oh, then I'm just upset. I am distraught.
You lose 1 sanity.
That's not too bad.
Okay.
It's okay.
I'm just having a mental crisis. This is my career.
Yeah. It is stressing, to say the very least, to have a small town like this, especially one that's been like kind of growing and blossoming so much, to completely ignore their education system. That is unheard of.
It's okay. I brought a lot of spicy romance novels in my car that you can read, Peggy.
My car?
Yeah.
Well, it's more about, well, why are we even here? Look, why did I even come?
What is my purpose?
That is a good
What?
question,
The whole point.
strangers. Why are you here in Laugh Hollow? Everybody's got a reason. And mind you, I won't be judging you. I'm just curious more than anything else.
Well, obviously, we
give
heard about your fine town and wanted to check it out, see if we could spend some time here.
Oh,
Yeah. Fine
that's
town.
fair. Give me a fast talk. Would you like to push it or spend luck?
I would like to push it and say something along the lines of like, speaking of, do you know where we could find accommodations for tonight?
Okay. So you're trying to distract.
Uh-oh.
Ugh.
Oof.
Unfortunately, with a push skill and you kind of get a failure in that moment, because you're trying to kind of deceive him, he kind of looks at you, gives you a strange look. Now, stranger, we don't really take kindly to those who aren't willing to join the flock properly. You know, there's a community that we have here. There's people that we kind of, trust one another with the process that we go through. Now,
Can I help
outsiders are welcome. They are. More the merrier. However, I would ask that you please keep the line to a minimum. Yeah?
I lean forward and the whole bar creaks and bends a little, and I say,
And God isn't kind to those who abandon his flock, little lamb.
Exactly.
And when the rapture comes to your town, will you be saved? You'll have a chance to assist a holy servant of Christ in his crusade.
He kind of
Tell
looks
us where we
over.
might find lodging.
He kind of looks over, looks you dead in the eyes, and says, I know that when the Lord comes for us, that I will be joining his flock, just as much as you will not be.
Oh.
You are
okay.
not welcome
Drinking the
in my
Kool-Aid.
inn. So please, I suggest you make yourselves a quick exit before I call the authorities.
Wait. Can I save this in
All
any
of
way?
Good going, Scott. Just kidding.
You can try. You can try.
Can I like just reach out and touch his arm and be like, I mean, I'm sorry. I think my friend here and he's just a little nervous. You see, I'm looking to settle down somewhere nice and start a family, and we just don't want to spill the secret yet. So I'm sorry, we were just a little bit hush hush about it.
Give me a fast talk.
Talk? What about something else? I'm not good at fast talk.
This is like fast talk is just kind of like trying
When is-
to.
When is charm ever used? Because that's
Or
what I
some
put.
sleep.
Do you want to try and charm him?
Yeah.
Like, then you know what? I will say that you could probably use charm because you are like touching his arm and everything. Kind of.
I'm trying to look for love
Mm,
in this town.
sure, give me a charm. Success. Oh, okay. Wow. He kind of looks at you.
Just barely.
Well, all right. Look, I'll be straight up with you, miss. If you're looking for love, welcome. You're more than welcome here. This town has lots of single and eligible bachelors, or, whatnot. And for you, sir, if there's bachelorettes you're looking for, I'm sure there's some that can be found. But your attitude, your he kind of like gestures towards his face and just like everything's got to use some work.
My holy grandiloquence. You'll say?
Oh no, sorry. He's the priest, that's gonna do the wedding ceremony once we find the love.
Yes.
Let's see. Well, my apologies, Father. But I would personally go and speak with the father. We're holding a sermon tomorrow at around noon. You're free to come. It's open to all. But please, do show up appropriately dressed, and everything should be fine.
What's the dress code? Is it all white
No, nothing like that. Just
with pointy hats?
don't be wearing no.
All white with pointy hats.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Not that kind of game. Not that kind of game.
Yikes.
He kind of looks over. nothing too serious. Just so long as you're not, revealing no ankles, you'll be fine.
We're feeling no ankles.
Well, I wonder how the folks outside are doing.
Probably
Let's
cold.
shift over to them. As Elk, Malcolm, what are the two of you doing?
I have taken out my cigar box and snipped the end and just kind of started smoking that for now.
I've pulled another cigarette free from the box and lit that up, and then I'll go to the back of my truck.
So, you've been here before, yeah?
It's been a couple years, but yeah, I'll open the back of the truck and root around in there.
There's definitely not something right about this place. Buildings like this can't be built in 6 months.
You sure? I'll pull out a jacket and lay it on the bed of the truck.
I'm positive. I mean, coming in, being able to look at that church even at nighttime, all these buildings, the architecture of that church alone is far longer than something like 6 months can take.
Right, well, I mean, everything about this town seems wrong. This place was fucking 10 buildings about a couple months ago.
I don't know if you noticed this over here. I'll kind of walk to the two other cars in the lot that weren't ours.
Mhm.
These cars are they're done for.
Yeah, they look
Even
like
a rust
shit.
build up.
And this kind of neighborhood, it's too nice for cars like that, so immediately I'm distrusting it. But I'll tell you
Nothing
what,
like that.
I came prepared, and I gotta ask you something. Detective, I know you carry a service pistol, but you know how to use anything else?
I mean, mostly handguns. Unfortunately, I haven't had much of a chance to carry anything else in my line of duty, though I do have a couple handguns with me.
Excellent. All right, so when this fool's errand goes tits up like I know it's gonna, I'll have to do all the shooting. And I'll from the inside my truck, I'm gonna pull out 3 long objects onto the open jacket. That being a two M1897 pump shotguns and
my
an
God.
M1903 Springfield rifle.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
Then he'll pull out a sling bag and he'll take 2 boxes and put a few bullets for each weapon into the boxes or into the bag. And as he's doing so, you'll see as he moves his coat, he's got 2 pistols holstered, one on each side of his hips.
All right,
Yeah, so
listen. I understand the needing to load it. You can't take that in with you.
I'm just taking in my cloak and I wrap up the three guns in the jacket so it just looks like one long piece.
Yeah, not suspicious at all for sure.
All right. Well, when
Mm.
these Jesus sackos come knocking your door down trying to make you join their weird snake oil church, I won't help you.
Don't worry, I'm not joining any church.
Well, it seems what we might have to if this is all being run by this priest or whatever.
Oh, trust me, you and I both know that in the line of stuff we do, the use of a god is pretty minimal.
Wait, how do you guys know about the father?
Oh, you teleported. Just kidding.
They
Oh, okay.
they had a conversation with the police officer at the edge of town.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
You were
Sorry, my
you were
bad,
here
my
for
bad.
it. Yeah. The
Yeah.
police officer told us that the father can perform miracles. But yeah, you and I both know, especially the type of things that, maybe we go through on a day to day. God isn't exactly present all the time.
Definitely not with me. But then again, you bastards banned alcohol. Now, unless there's some new rule that I've heard about where you're banning me owning guns or bringing them around,
No,
then
I'm just saying the people inside might have a problem with you bringing in 2 shotguns and in the other one.
it's clearly a tent or some sort
Listen,
of large, rigid cloak.
I'm not gonna tell them. Obviously, especially if
Well,
things go south, we need that firepower.
all right, I'm not gonna be sitting in whatever kind of cozy, dry hostel they got out here in cop loving land. But what I'm going to do is, because there's no crime here, as you remember, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get us a room and I'm going to set up in there and prepare for whatever nonsense is going to occur before morning. I'm not
If you think something's
bugging
happening
nobody.
tonight, for sure.
Everything about this fool's errand has rung completely wrong to me from the get go. You busting me out of the jail for some reason, even though you fought so hard to put me in the damn thing. Yeah, I'm feeling something's wrong here.
Listen, I've already discussed this with you. I felt that something might be wrong. I'm gonna need someone of your speciality,
Skill,
so to speak.
Caliber.
caliber.
Why
Yeah,
not?
well, I'm doing my job, and that's, waiting for it
Yeah,
all to go tits up.
I know. I got that, and I respect that. We'll just have to wait and see, though, at this point, what happens.
What kind of piece you rocking anyway? I'll kind of like go around the side to look at whatever police service weapon you have.
I mean, he's only got a. Oh,
No, sorry. Go ahead.
yeah, on his definitely in a couple of holsters on his side. He's got what looks like a 45 automatic as well as a 45 revolver.
Revolvers are old school. I might be the outlaw, but I got up with the times, and I show you my 2 automatic 45s.
Well, just in case one jams, I got the other one.
All right. I mean, your funeral, I guess.
But as you two are kind of having this discussion, having like this walk around and talk, both of you give me a spot hidden.
You got it.
Oh boy.
It's a 50-50, and it's not good.
Hey, nice.
Elk's probably paying a little bit too much attention to the actual guns that both himself and Malcolm
For
are
sure.
currently having, while Detective Hawk, you're taking a little bit of a little better look around. There's no street lamps per se, nothing kind of even remotely similar to that, but there are kind of various different lanterns that are just hanging outside of various different buildings. And at that moment, as you're kind of taking a look, you see that strangely there seems to be a man standing in one of the bushes, staring at you.
Creep.
Okay.
It's Thornton.
If I've. Oh.
He's just
Oh.
standing there with like half his face covered from the shadows and stuff, just looking at you. He's maybe like 70, 75 feet away.
Okay.
And as soon as you see him,
Yeah.
he kind of disappears into the shadows.
Do I see
Did you
Malcolm
just-
like freak out?
Well, I definitely I kind of kept my eye on him the entire time as he left, and I just go, "Did you just see him?"
What? You see a ghost or something? I turn around.
No. Thornton was over there in the bushes, watching us.
So you got any more objections about the bag or
Listen,
the
again,
cloak?
I don't have an objection about the bag. I just thought it might be in bad hospitality to an inn that we've never been to just come in fully loaded.
Right. Well, if your AWOL cop friend's going to be stalking us through the woods, I'm going to blow him up.
Let's put it this way: my AWOL cop friend doesn't have a gun he can shoot us with. You saw the thing he was holding.
Yeah, well, I don't trust him not to bash us over the head with it.
Well, can't stop from doing that for sure.
And I'm not going to let him get in close enough to do it anyway. So let's head on in, get ourselves some rooms, and, try our best to lay low.
Yeah, let's hope the other ones have already grabbed a room.
You think it's one of those new no smoking places? I can't stand those.
Well, that's why I finished the cigar out here, just in case.
Well, I'm gonna keep smoking.
Yeah, be my guest.
You got 2 new bars in Denver, and they got no smoking, but they're gonna drink alcohol. Ridiculous.
What?
Don't worry about it.
No, we're gonna need to discuss this now. I feel like walking in the building.
Yeah.
You walk in and you see that like Robert and Elsie are like 3 drinks deep.
Oh yeah, definitely.
A full bar immediately there.
What in the fuck?
This is my
this?
kind of town.
I told you we're never leaving.
Just to let y'all know,
I'm just
we're
kind of
getting married tomorrow, so
What?
What?
I'm kind of just looking between them in disdain and tapping my finger on the counter.
What happened in the 5 minutes we were outside?
2 cigarettes and already there's a marriage and there's a whole bar. This town's
No,
great.
first
No
of
wonder no
all-
one leaves.
This is ridiculous.
Sorry,
Walk
question.
up to the
Are you
barkeep.
guys still at the Are you guys still at the bar, or did you gotta get your own table? Because-
we're still at the bar asking
Okay.
for
If you're still at
drinks
the
and-
bar, then yeah, the bartender kind of looks over. Are you fine gentlemen with them as well?
Depends. Have they pissed you off?
Huh,
I would never.
somewhere in between. They're fine, but I do have to warn strangers, especially since you're new to this town, that please take care of yourselves and take care of the people around you. Like, we don't want no trouble, and we don't want nobody causing trouble, right? It's
Yeah, speaking of trouble,
best for
real
all
quick.
of us.
Speaking of trouble, real quick. You know the federal law, right?
Oh, this? He kind of gestures at the alcohol.
Yeah, that.
No, it's fine, sir. Don't worry about that. The sheriff said it's fine.
Okay, I.
18th Amendment don't mean
Ooh,
shit here, detective.
I
Yeah,
need
narc.
to talk to this sheriff for sure.
We have an amendment to protect and control
You
our
have an
constitutional
amendment.
rights. This is a right that our sheriff has given us.
The city has an amendment.
Elk is full
Oh, yeah.
dying at this point. He's laughing.
I'm like trying to slide the detective a drink. I'm like, maybe this will calm your nerves.
Are you trying to slide him like a bourbon?
Oh, Miss Elsie, I didn't know how to think of you before, but this is great.
If she slides it across the bar, I absolutely do not grab it, and it might just go off the table.
Elk, do you grab it?
Oh, absolutely, and down it immediately.
Yeah. It is probably the best tasting bourbon you ever.
Ooh.
Like, it is smooth, but it still burns. You're like, damn.
I will absolutely turn to Elk and just under my breath just go, "Are you fucking serious?"
I'm fucking serious. What are you talking about? It's free. It's free liquor. It's in a town that's not dry.
outside. The conversation we just had aside. That don't mean anything when there's free liquor now.
Well, hold on now. No one told me this town was not dry. Number 18 don't matter shit. Yeah, it's a great town. No wonder no one
It's a
leaves.
town in the U.S. of A. It should absolutely matter.
What's
no
the
town
U.S. of
just
A
gets-
done any of us recently?
We'll put it this way: no town gets to just make its own amendment up. That's not how the law works.
Actually,
I think they should.
we're a democracy. Everyone who's in favor of drinking, hands up.
You see, like, 9. You see everyone in the bar put up their hands except for the detective.
Including me, yeah.
I mean, does Bartholomew
Democracy
do
and manifest.
Does Bartholomew put his hand up when
I've been drinking from a big bottle of brandy that the bartender didn't see me grab.
Oh, so yeah, his
Just
hand is
kidding.
like half up because he's like wasted.
You just hear furious
Yeah.
gulping.
Peggy is just kind of looking around, wondering how she's gonna get any of these bitches home.
Bitch is home.
I am.
Well, if you do need a place to stay, we do have a couple open rooms. We don't get too many passersby, so Ian's got 2 upstairs bedrooms. They can both fit about 4 people.
We're gonna be tap packed, and there's 2 ladies, so 4 men to a room. That's gonna be great, especially with lard ass over there.
Hmm.
I
Well.
I'm drunk beyond.
He's gotten like a second bourbon bottle.
No way, we're getting his
right there.
If we're lucky, you fall asleep here.
Well, no one's getting him up if he does.
I pass out.
All right. Well,
There it goes. Timber.
Yeah. Roll me a luck, Jeff. I wanna.
Everyone?
Yeah, Mr.
oh
Bartholomew.
no.
Oh,
Oh
my
wow.
God. Okay.
Oh
So-
my god.
You guys watch
I
The
cure
look of
cancer.
God.
as Bartholomew he like falls backwards, but the bottle that he like looses from both of his hands, they both land perfectly fine and upright. Neither of them shatter.
Bottle
And-
flip.
And yeah, one of them like flips over, lands on its cap, and somehow like seals itself. While Bartholomew is just like lying on the ground, somehow out of everybody's way, just on the ground unconscious.
Maybe miracles
And I crushed
are
a
real.
woman.
Maybe God is real.
Oh.
I'm just kidding.
No, I don't think there would have been a person near you.
Yeah, no one's near you, dude.
Aw.
Well,
Aw.
If you had rolled bad luck, you might have crushed
Oh.
someone. But
Damn it.
well, this definitely makes rooming easier.
Yeah, I guess. Robert, you gonna sleep in the same room as your betrothed, I guess?
Well, they are not married yet.
Oh,
so
pardon
I
me.
assume.
this
They're
will
Okay.
be
getting married tomorrow, ain't they?
against God. They should sleep in their own rooms. Sorry to the interruption, but here he kind of gives you guys 2 keys. Hands one to Peggy and hands the other one to the detective.
What's the
You'll
rate
be
there,
so
barkeep?
wise.
Oh, don't cause any trouble.
I cock an eyebrow. Ain't nothing in this world free, friend. What's your price?
Don't cause trouble.
Mm-hmm. That's the price.
I grip I grip the rigid rod of cloak in my arms and just right then and I'll head upstairs.
Yeah. Okay.
You sure you don't know how
Robert,
to
knock
use
on the door if you need us. I'm going to go up too.
I'm gonna continue drinking.
Oh, hold on,
Yeah,
Robert.
you
Before
do that.
before you do that, if you're gonna knock, give me the old 1 2 1 2 3. If anyone just give me that exact knock. All right. And I try to whisper that to him as I say that.
Okay. Yeah, that's not an issue.
Who's he whispering it to?
If you don't do it,
Almost.
you're getting
Robert.
shot.
Just to Robert, I'm whispering. Do that exact nod.
I'm gonna start
Just
practicing
to Robert. The
knock
rest
on
of us are
bar.
screwed.
Well, you got your own room.
Yeah, do your own room knock. I don't know.
You know
The women
what?
are in one room.
Elsie is loud enough. I'll be able to tell it's Elsie.
I'm gonna go upstairs and forge a marriage certificate.
Oh my
Jesus
God, what?
Christ.
Well,
I'm
'Cause I
sure
have
you
that
know,
three.
I
skill.
feel like you might need
Sure,
my
go for
help
it.
with that. So I just go with Elsie.
Sure.
He's down in the bar by himself.
What skill is that?
Robert is bar by himself.
Old ball and chain.
Oh, give me a arts and crafts forgery, Elsie.
Yeah. Wait.
Elsie
Where's
and
my
me?
character?
Do you have the skill arts and crafts
Are you-
forgery?
Oh, do I? I don't think so.
I don't know how
I do
helping
have
works.
a law.
No! God damn it! I'm too drunk.
Ooh, wow.
Unfortunately, Elsie, as you kind of get up to your room, you walk in and you realize you don't actually have any paper or
Oh
pens.
no!
Um,
Oh no!
She has money. It's right on
You
that.
also don't know what a marriage certificate looks like because you've never seen one.
The wedding is canceled.
But I'll say with
My law stat count for anything?
you know what? I'll say sure. Roll me a law. If you succeed, I will allow Elsie to re-roll her arts and crafts with forgery.
I was just gonna lie. You're gonna actually tell me what the law is?
Let's go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay,
Oof.
let's see how. My
You only
roll
have a
as single
5?
can be. I
Wait,
have no
I also
idea.
only have a 5.
Oh my god.
Yeah, unfortunately, no, Peggy, you aren't really aware. Like, you've read a lot of books, you've read a lot of things, but not everything, not a lot of them was specifically related to, like, laws. And you're just not really able to recall what a marriage certificate looks like or anything else that might be helpful at that moment, unfortunately.
Alright, it literally just said, oh wait, I don't have pen and paper.
I mean, in the room
Well-
itself, you do see a Bible on the stand.
oh,
We'll get married on the Bible. It's perfect.
Oh dear. Should Elsie and I both roll spot hidden to inspect the room?
Yeah, can I look at this Bible? Is it
Are
to a different god?
Are you specifically looking at the Bible, or are you looking at everything? Like, you could do both technically if you want.
I'll look at the Bible. Yeah, why not?
Sure, give me a
Okay,
spot
I'll take a look around.
Yeah, spot
would Elk and I be able to do the same in our room?
Yes, you certainly can.
Yeah, I'm
I
not
don't
good at
see
this
shit.
stuff.
I don't see shit.
Yeah, I also don't see anything on the Bible.
Peggy, Elsie, the two of you kind of look around your entire room, including all over the Bible. You don't notice anything that seems to be amiss, at the very least from the best you can tell. Elkin, do you want to roll for spot hidden?
Absolutely. There we go.
Ooh,
Let's
okay.
go. Let's go.
Okay.
Is there any money in this Bible?
There is no money in the Bible. However,
Shit.
both you and Malcolm notice that the Bible does have irregularities. This is a version that
Okay.
was printed. Like, there's a lot of controversy with revisions of the Bible. This one looks like it's been revised at least a few times. Because as you're kind of looking through it, you're not, like, heavily familiar with it, but you're vaguely aware of some of the contents, and it looks like some of it is just completely incorrect. The portion where, Jesus gets crucified and all of that information, for some reason, it doesn't actually happen. Instead, he becomes a miracle worker and begins to save all of those who come to him asking for help.
Uh-huh. I actually have a Bible in my bag. Can I
Oh.
open it and compare?
Yeah. And very easily, you begin to notice massive differences. This is essentially a fan fiction Bible.
Oh, so it's a Mormon Bible. Okay.
Yeah. It is not strictly Mormon, but it is, like, essentially along
Similar.
those pages. Yeah.
Okay. It being in Colorado, I've definitely met Mormons, so I'm somewhat familiar. So this is odd,
This
but
shit
not
ain't correct.
Well, they ain't Mormons, but they're definitely weird.
Yeah,
You know-
but the thing that strikes me is this, Jesus didn't die on the cross. He walks around and commits miracles.
So it ain't Jesus. Did I
Well,
notice any like crucifixes or like any sort of like that symbol anywhere on anyone in the room when we were downstairs?
Surprisingly, you actually haven't seen a single cross in this town.
Oh.
Elk.
I'm starting to think that maybe this priest is claiming he's Christ.
Because you rolled a hard success, you actually also spot that the door lock on this door doesn't actually lock anything. Like, it locks, but as soon as you, like, give it a solid pull and a tug, the lock just, like, unlocks itself.
So I do that to show Malcolm, and I look back at him. Do I look stupid now?
No. All right, give me a second. I'm going
Hold on.
to
Is there a chair in this room?
Oh yeah, there's
well, hold up before you do that.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk over to where the ladies' rooms is
Mhm.
and knock on their door real quick.
Is it
Elsie
the
pulls a
secret
gun on
knock?
you.
Yes.
The secret knock we don't know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you don't know the secret knock, so. To be fair,
All right.
the girls don't know it either.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, okay. I'll open the door.
Yeah, you kind
Okay,
of
Peggy
open the
doesn't
door.
really want. Peggy doesn't really want you to open the door, but she doesn't really stop you either.
It's nighttime visitors. It could be fun.
You
It's
look
not gonna be
outside.
fun.
It's the
What?
It's the detective.
Oh God, are you here to snitch on my drinking?
Okay, no, listen. That is a problem. But before we get to that, I gotta show you something and recommend that you put a chair against the door or something. And I will demonstrate what Elk has shown me to this door to see if it does the same exact thing.
Does the exact same
Oh.
thing.
Oh my God, there are perverts in this inn.
The door looks like it
Is it-
locks. Like you even see the bolt kind of like slide into the frame of the door. But as soon as you give it like a solid pull, it almost seems to give way, and the actual bolt just slides back into the actual door itself.
Listen, are either of you good with guns?
Who's asking? Oh, it's a cop. No, I am not good with guns.
I am a man who is
certainly
fearing
have no-
for the safety of his women companions.
Okay.
No, I may have gone on a hunting trip once or twice with
Everything you say here is off the record. I cannot arrest you for it.
All right, so there was this one time I committed a felony.
Do not
and-
commit a murder. That will be a different story.
Okay, well, I may know my way around a gun, but
You have a gun with you.
again, officer, if
You
it
want me
were
to ask
not
these questions?
hypothetically, if I was being asked
I just
by
want to know if the both of you are going to be safe at night if something happens in this room.
I mean,
Well, no.
Sorry, 1 second. I just realized, Peggy, you have like 400 points you can still invest in your skills.
oh, that makes a
Wow.
lot of
Oh, I
sense.
do?
Yeah.
That makes sense on why you
Dollars.
haven't been having points in it.
Points in law.
At the top left of your character sheet, you see the 2 gears.
Yeah.
If you click that, you
Wait,
can
2
see
gears.
personal points and occupation points. If
The
you
2 gears.
yes, in the very top left,
Cogwheels.
Left-hand
Yeah, the
side.
cogs.
Oh,
It
yes.
says development. Yeah.
In there, you can see that there is an amount of personal points and an amount of occupational points that you can spend. You can type those numbers into skills that you want to increase, and then it'll tally it up for you. If you want to increase any of your
Wait.
skills, you really
Up to 90.
should. Up to 90.
Up to 90.
Yes, 90 is
Okay.
the maximum.
Wait, where on my character sheet you said?
Yep. Here, I'll take a screenshot for you.
Okay.
Where the
Oh, I
where
see
the-
it. I'm
Yeah, you
just
have
blind.
to unlock the character sheet first
okay.
though before you.
But yeah, so
Oh,
you see it on there, right? That you can actually add values into the red boxes and the green boxes. Or sorry, not the green boxes.
Not the green
red,
boxes.
The red boxes
Yeah.
and the blue
The blue-
boxes.
The blue
Yes.
boxes.
Not
Yes.
you can't add anything into the white boxes, but anything that's blue or red, you can increase by an amount, and it'll give you a certain amount of points that you can use, and that'll increase your skill in those. So it'll probably
Oh, no
help
wonder.
that you'll have more than just English and Latin as your skills that are over 25.
Touche, touche.
Latin
you
will
know,
come in handy.
it's up to you, but I would recommend at least changing some of those so you have something to work with.
Yeah, thank you.
And then maybe you know what a marriage certificate is.
Hey,
To
maybe.
buy her
Maybe.
some time to increase her skills, Robert's gonna finish his drink and walk up to the other room and like hype himself up in front of the door to do the secret knock
Yeah.
and
Well,
do it in the most painfully slow way possible.
I'm guessing like this is right as as Malcolm is like coming out of the other door, just watching you do this. You just do the slow knock, which Elk, you're like, what the fuck? Why is there a knock and then like a 10-second wait before the second knock? But it does
I
follow the
wrapped
pattern.
shotgun.
But it does follow the pattern you gave. It's
Yeah, I'll just
really
rack,
slow.
like, audibly rack the shotgun and be like, "Come on in."
I would like to enter the room while hyperventilating.
You see Robert walk in. He is like he is flushed in the face. He is breathing really hard, and yeah.
You dumbass, get in here. Close the
Holy
door.
shit. Did you see that?
See what?
I killed it.
The knock?
Yeah, I've been practicing for like half an hour.
Oh my god.
You fucked it immediately. Get in here and close the goddamn door.
Oh, I'll close the door.
I put the shotgun back down on the bed in front of me, and don't wait so long for the second set of knocks.
Wait.
It's like 1 second between them. That's it. It's knock knock, knock knock knock. That's it.
I'd like to open the door.
You open the door. It's Malcolm standing on the other side. Like,
no,
he
I'm
has-
not there yet.
Oh, actually, no. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
you
one
just
there.
open the door.
I like to turn back, just extremely confused.
Close the door.
I'll close the door.
You really drank the whole bar down there, didn't you?
It's been a good 2 years since my last drink.
You running sober?
Not by choice.
Are you too broke or too scared of God? Or the law, I guess.
I mean, lapsed Catholic, but mostly the money. I kind of been jumping from town to town recently. Don't have a lot to cover
Catholic?
alcohol. Yeah,
All right, well, shoot. I guess, yeah, well, it is what it is. All right. So, yeah, well, just settle in, I guess. Don't take a load off. Don't, and don't, whatever you do, don't chuck your guts in here. If you got to do that, go outside.
I think I'd like to lie down and just immediately pass out.
Yeah. You watch as Robert just like goes over to the bed, and immediately you hear snoring from him.
Like next to my guns on the bed.
Yeah, he's like cuddled up with one of the shotguns.
Nope, mine. Slip that
Yeah,
I'll
you take it out really easily.
I'll slip it out of his arms, and I'm currently making sure they're all loaded to maximum,
Mhm.
and then like cleaning the parts if necessary.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. I'm not gonna make you roll for any for that because I don't think that needs a roll. But yeah.
The whole building is resonant with my snoring, and I have unbearable sleep apnea too.
Oh,
Wait,
no.
is there how
Oh,
many
no.
beds are there in the men's room? Are they like
There's
bunking
4.
together? Oh, there's 4. Okay.
Yeah, there's like 4
Um,
beds, one in each corner basically, and then like a small bed stand beside each.
Going back to the detective's question, I'm gonna say, I mean, I'm able to defend myself, but I would also like to sleep. So if you're suggesting that I can defend myself while sleeping, if some mass murderer comes in here, I'm not sure about that.
Just suggesting you put something up against the door to make sure that no one can just push it open.
How about like the sleeping body of a detective who's armed with a revolver, who will be here to protect us 2 ladies if something comes through the door?
If you would like me to do that, I can.
Wonderful. Peggy, are
If
you okay
you
with
are
this?
comfortable with me
Yeah.
staying here,
What? You're a man of the law.
Mm,
He's a man of the
yes,
law.
I am.
Let's not look up police statistics.
I am a man of the law. I am also a married man, so you do not need to worry about that.
somehow I'm suspicious, but
You're right. He is two goody two shoes. He must be hiding something.
There's always another option.
Yeah, we can go into the other room with the Godiver set up like traps and all that Elk has. We could all be bunked together.
Okay. I have leveled up my skill.
Yay!
Nice.
Are we all going to sleep now?
Yes. Do you want to sleep? You Peggy, did you see the door doesn't lock?
Yes, I did see that. To be honest, I can't sleep. I really can't sleep knowing this. I'm wondering if I can take a look around.
Well, you
What do you
You have
mean
to
by
sleep.
take a look around? Are you trying to like sneak out of the the inn's room, or are you like just taking a look around the inn? Are you taking a look around your room, town? Which one are you looking for?
Maybe I look around just this floor? Hold on. Let me take a look. Hmm. Hello?
We died.
Hello? Okay, I'm back.
Hi, welcome back.
Yay!
Hold on. I forgot I can also put points in stealth. Mainly because my screen won't let me. Hold on, let me hide my taskbar. Does that help? Yes, it does help.
Do I get kidnapped when I'm on the tavern floor?
No.
No.
Did you want
Don't
to
say
be?
no yet.
In my sleep, I say,
I peccably vulnerable and naked and afraid.
what did I
Just
just
kidding.
come back to?
He's currently being interrogated in the style
I
of Dan
lay
Dan
bare.
just kidding.
Yes! Oh my god, scary.
Dan. No, not at this moment. But
I'm like a bear rug, a Snorlax.
a terrifyingly large and imposing one. Yes, this is true.
Heh.
But yeah, as you guys are kind of like, so sorry. Let me double check. Who's sleeping where? Robert is sleeping in the same room as Elk.
Mhm.
Elk, are you staying up for the night to try and like keep watch, or?
I would say he's having himself a light soldier's sleep, having fought in the war previously. He knows how to wake up if there's a noise.
Okay.
He'll have propped the door shut with a chair
Also
in
entirely.
in lieu of the crappy lock.
Okay. And I'm guessing for the ladies' room, it's the two ladies and a detective who is currently. I'm guessing the detective is trying something similar.
Yeah.
Okay. For the two of you who are trying to not really fall asleep, give me a. Ooh, what would this be? Give me a Constitution roll. I would ask that for the detective, your Constitution roll is a normal success that's required, but for you, Elk, it's a hard success that's required.
Okay. So I roll difficulty hard?
Oh
No,
no,
not-
sorry.
not yet.
For you, you were trying to explore, right? Were you trying to explore the town, or were you trying to explore just?
No,
the
I'm
inn
trying to
itself?
explore just the inn.
Okay. I mean,
So do you still want me to roll a constitution?
no, not quite. Malcolm, you would notice that Peggy is trying to leave. If Peggy, you're like, would you tell the other two?
Maybe like quietly and they just like I don't know if they noticed.
Sure. Roll me a stealth check.
Okay, I will roll stealth.
Can I try to push that roll, by the way, Jake?
Yes, you can. Oh my God, elk.
Okay.
Wait, no, elk. That was the SWAT
No.
hit, not the Constitution.
So you want me to
I'm gonna
roll a
push that roll.
Constitution?
Yes, and yours requires a hard success.
So, do I have to? Oh, I
My
have to
God.
set it to hard,
God,
right?
Peggy, what the
Damn.
fuck? You put 90 points in your stealth?
Wait.
Yes. I'm very bad at
Jesus.
most things. I'm very bad at most things. I will be good at listening and being stealthy.
You know what? Sure.
Oh.
Sure.
Jesus.
I'm bad at most things.
Jake, you wanted me to set the difficulty to hard, right?
Yeah, it would be a hard success that's required for this.
Okay. Nope.
Oof.
Ooh, that is unfortunately not a success. Yeah, a hard
Can I
success.
push that?
You can. You would know that for a Constitution check, I believe it would require a 37 for this to pass. If you're gonna try and hard push it, you could. However, if you fail, you will just completely fall asleep for the entire night.
Fuck it.
Go for it.
Damn, really?
Oh,
let's.
he actually
my
got
God.
it.
Oh,
Okay.
Never punished.
That's fucking pretty. Well, to be
Damn.
fair, you had like almost a 40% chance of succeeding. That's pretty good in this. In cases like
Let's
this.
go.
Yeah, Malcolm,
Us
you
Constitution boys.
are fine. But you actually don't notice the moment that
Yeah.
Peggy is gone.
Do
So
I
if I'm
hear
like
her leave?
standing near the door, how does this work?
I would guess that
Elsie
for
said-
you,
Elsie
Malcolm.
said she wanted me laying against the door to make sure
It's
nobody
true.
pushes it open.
Listen, Peggy
He's
is
the luck.
so average Jane Doe average. She just blends into the background, okay?
There is a window. Like technically she could climb out that, or alternatively, what I was thinking is that Malcolm, at some point, you probably dozed off for a very brief, like 30-second window.
If you want it to work like this, Jake, I had the idea of me pushing myself was literally just kind of like me walking over to the window and sticking my head out so the cool air fucking like wakes me up again,
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much.
Actually, that's perfect.
So that could work. That could work then.
In that brief moment, you kind of stick your head out. You're like, whoa, that chill is refreshing. It's nice, but it's like, it's rough. And then you kind of come back in,
Yeah.
you shake your eyes, and then for a brief moment, you kind of glance over. You see Elsie is still there, like right beside the door, kind of like in her bed, just like completely asleep. And then you realize that Peggy is not in her bed anymore, and is not in the room anymore. The chair that was against the door is now like moved aside, and the door it is closed, but it's not locked anymore.
Yeah. I mean, if
Well,
that
it
is the
never
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, true. If that is the case, Malcolm would absolutely, at the very least, like peek his head out the door and check the hallways to make sure if she's not anywhere in the hallway, he will close the door, barricade it back up, and sit back down.
Okay. Here's how it goes. As you kind of open up the door, give me a spot hidden.
Sure thing.
Ooh. You see a figure outside of the front door, downstairs.
Oh.
Down the stairs, you see a window. There is no light currently coming in from any location. There's like a dim, like maybe like a lamp in the room that you're in.
Man, this is the shit I hate, bro.
Glancing
Fuck.
right outside the door, you try to look for your companion, and in that moment, Peggy is nowhere to be seen. But you see something else. You see a ghostly white face. It's Thornton again. His face is lit, unnatural, contorted into a smile that can only be described as disturbing. His eyes are wide agape, and you can see that his pupils are so dilated to the point you can't even see the whites. Give me a sanity roll.
Fuck. Oh no. Yeah, no.
Oof.
There's no way.
You lose a d4 of sanity.
Oh
Don't look
boy.
outside.
You are
Okay.
intensely unsettled by this as you immediately shut the door and kind of barricade it. And then you realize that Thornton, the one that you just saw, that wasn't him. At least you can't wrap your head around that being the Thornton you saw earlier.
If I did see that, knowing that, oh, fuck, dude. Yeah, being as disturbed as Malcolm is, I think he would just, yeah, like you said, barricade himself back in the room. Absolutely would look for Peggy after seeing that, but then he thinks that, there's another woman who is absolutely defenseless in that room, and if he left, it would leave a bad taste in his mouth, especially after seeing that.
Okay. But we go to Peggy, who at that who just a moment previous you were like, this is the perfect opportunity to slip out, and you do. You manage to get out of the room, out into the hallway, into the pitch darkness. Moments later, you heard Malcolm kind of open the door, look out, his head kind of just poking out of the door, and you managed to kind of like stay pressed against the wall to make sure he didn't see you, but you also realize that his entire face goes like from like the normal kind of colors that he has, and it goes like pure white from fear or something else for a very brief moment before he kind of like glances around very quickly and then just shuts the door, and you hear the chair kind of go back up against the door.
Now, Peggy's not that brave. So, feel like, I mean, am I able to kind of make anything out in the hallway?
Give me a spot hidden.
I didn't think this through. I didn't put that many points as spot hidden, so this is probably going to turn out very badly.
Woof.
No, you actually don't see much as you're kind of glancing around. No, there isn't anything that you can see. At least not that you can identify. You're not sure why his face went so like sheet white. Because looking downstairs, like you can barely make out anything, honestly, in the dark.
Hmm.
You just hear my
Well.
snoring.
That is true. You do hear the snoring coming from downstairs.
And the fits of sleep apnea.
Can I hear anything?
Give me a listen roll.
Oh my god.
Oof.
That is a.
Do you
I
have
really-
ears?
I think, is that a hard? No, because you have a 90, it requires 100 to be a critical fail.
Yeah. That's rough.
Oh, whoops, sorry. That wasn't. I didn't mean to
Oh, wow.
do that.
Uh-huh.
We can ignore that. I'm gonna put 9 points of luck back on your sheet because you weren't supposed to spend that. If you wanted to, you could spend luck to match it because your difficulty is only 90.
Could also push it.
Or you can
YOLO.
attempt to push it as well.
There's not a spooky
Okay,
monster next to you.
I can try and push it.
Yeah. Just on a note for everyone in general, sometimes when you come across things that are of the occult, you don't necessarily want to see it. But that is entirely up to what you and what your character would decide to do at that moment. And if you believe that Peggy would push it, then give me another spot hidden check. Or sorry, listen check. Or did you want to do spot hidden? Oh no, it would have been listen because listen was the one that you rolled 90 with.
Yeah, but it looks like it got deleted from the chat log.
Yeah,
So,
so
I don't
you could
think-
just
I can't push it.
you could just type it. You could just do it again in your sheet. I
Oh, are
if
you sure?
I think if you click it, it just asks you if you want to do like a pushed check or just a normal check. Yeah, you could just do a normal check.
Okay.
This music is so creepy.
Okay, that is a pushed success. So at that moment, Peggy, you kind of like close your eyes, close your senses to everything else, and you try and isolate Bartholomew's snoring so that it doesn't disrupt you. and you do hear something. You hear whispers, but you can't quite make it out what it is. You hear something saying something. You hear, return, please. Until
Hmm.
the whispers continue onwards, and some of it kind of drowns out. And the only real bit that you could understand was, "Please, please help us. Within the darkness, we reside. Within the darkness, we return." It keeps mentioning some sort of darkness and some sort of residential or, kind of being. I need a sanity.
And they
Mm.
go in the mine, or at least the lake.
I need a sanity check?
I
Okay.
need a sanity check. That is a failure. You lose 4 points of sanity.
Oh,
Oof.
That's heavy.
big ouch.
And all of a sudden, whatever courage Peggy had in her body to attempt to kind of leave the safety of her companions is gone. You realize that you are in a strange town, amongst strange folks who are saying strange things. You shouldn't be out here. Things are going to go wrong. What would you like to do?
I would like to go back to my room. Can I at least see that much? Like my room door?
Oh yeah, very easily, because you haven't moved too much from the actual location of your door. You did see where the Detective Malcolm had kind of like closed the door, and you can kind of like make your way there without any issues.
Okay, I'm gonna knock and try and get back in and hope he's still awake.
Yeah,
Because
Malcolm.
I did hear the chair move back in place.
Yeah, he is very much still awake. But Malcolm,
Secret knock.
moments
Yep.
after you had seen the
Secret
face,
knock!
you hear a knock on the door.
Yeah, knowing that Peggy is out, but also seeing exactly what he saw, he would absolutely answer the door gun first.
Yeah. As the door slowly creaks open, Peggy, you see a barrel pointed at your chest.
Jesus.
I kind of jump, and then I get kind of angry, and I just go, "Would you please?" It's ridiculous. I'm also on edge, so I'm
And
very.
yeah, hearing her, I would absolutely like open the door fully and just go, "What the hell were you thinking?"
I don't know. It's just seemed weird, and we don't really know anything about this town. They don't
Yeah,
even have a library. Most towns have libraries now.
That's so
weird.
disturbing.
Why?
Weird is
Why?
exactly the reason we
Why?
should stick together.
They don't even have a newspaper. They don't chronicle anything.
Yeah,
It's like they
they don't.
don't want you to know what's going on here. I don't know. I wanted to look around. I couldn't sleep.
Well, I'll let you in on a couple more things. They don't exactly have a very good police department here either.
Oh well. Well, I have nothing to say about that.
And hell, whatever police department they got is sitting out there staring at us.
Staring.
Yeah,
Did you
you
hear the
didn't see
whispering? Are they talking to anybody?
whispering. What are you talking about?
There was whispering outside, like a conversation, like it's dark, help me, something like that.
You didn't. You didn't see the police officer we ran into when we got here.
No, it's
Huh.
dark. How can you see anything?
I mean, his face was lit up like it's not supposed to be.
Hmm. Well, you're scaring me, so I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. You do that. Oh, I'm definitely gonna be up for a bit.
Okay, well, do you want to take shifts or something? I
No,
guess wake me up.
you can sleep this fine. I'm used to staying up late and making sure things don't happen or checking for things.
Sure. I'm not totally convinced, but I also feel a little bit of relief that I can just hide under the covers.
Yeah. And if she comes back in, I put the fucking chair against the door again, sit by like on the door pretty much.
Mhm.
Like back to the door. I truly just like white knuckling my gun probably all night after what he saw.
And
Is the only sound the rattling of the gun in his hands?
and the snoring coming from downstairs until
Oh.
that too stops.
Sleep apnea.
Can I still hear the whispering?
Give me a
Like, is
listen
it
check.
still audible? Okay.
Oh no. Don't ask questions you
And
don't
for the
want the
two people who
answers
are
to.
still awake, I will also need
Uh-huh.
listen checks.
Son of a
Because all
bitch.
of a sudden the snoring that was coming from Bartholomew is gone.
Oh, party.
Crouch. Junior.
Okay, Peggy with a hard success. Malcolm with a
Elk.
regular.
Mr. Anthony. Mr.
Not like
Elk.
her sanity.
Elk.
It's a party party.
Or am I at like half awakeness?
I would say that you're probably like half because you managed to push it and kind of like get, sorry, you didn't push it, but you did manage to succeed on your contract, so you are still like mildly awake.
No, I
he
did push
pushed
it.
too.
Oh, did you push it? Okay,
Yeah.
then yeah, I would also need a listen check.
So,
You can spend
Can
5
I
luck.
actually? I can spend luck on that, right?
You can if you so wish. Yeah.
I will do that. Fuck it.
Okay, you spend 5 luck to succeed on your check.
bucket we ball.
Peggy, you notice that the whispering is very much still present. But for some reason, it doesn't sound like it's coming from outside the building. It sounds like it's coming from Elk's.
Oh,
From elsewhere.
well,
Sorry, you broke up. Can you say it again?
It sounds like it's coming in from Elk's room. From where Elk and Robert are staying.
Can I sit up?
But for you, Elk,
Yeah.
you don't hear any whispering. But you do hear the
Okay.
creaking of floorboards downstairs.
I'll sit up.
Malcolm, you hear the same thing.
and
Yeah,
I
I
kind
mean-
of grab Malcolm's sleeve and go, "Do you fucking hear that?" No, she doesn't swear, sorry. Do you hear that?
Hear what? Yeah, the creaking on the floorboards, definitely.
No, they're whispering in Elk's room.
I'm gonna let you know right now, nothing feasibly could get into that room without us knowing something went into that room.
And who's he talking to?
It's not talking. I mean, Robert, maybe. I don't know. I assume he came back at some point.
Are you really telling me you can't hear that?
No, I can't hear anything aside from the floorboards creaking, which is why I think we should quiet down a little bit.
I feel kind of reassured that it might just be Elk being loud as fuck in the other room.
Quiet as a mouse.
Well, I don't
Well,
know
shit,
that.
No, but he's gonna slip out of bed at this point.
Mhm.
You
So that he's
bed?
I was laying in bed, yeah. He's gonna slip out of bed and he's gonna go around to the foot of the bed so that he's kind of in line with the door, even though the chair's there. And the shotgun's already racked, so he's just gonna take a knee, get a good sight on the door as he waits for whatever's creaking up the stairs to attempt to get in.
Nothing creaks directly up the stairs. From the best that you two can tell, something shifts over to the front door. And it sounds heavy. A lot of floorboards are creaking.
Question: how close he's in the next room over, right?
Yeah, you guys are literally door to door. Like, your doors are beside each other.
But our walls are next to each other too.
Yep, your walls are touching.
I'll just kind of like knock on the wall to see if anyone in that room is awake.
Give me a luck check.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that you have to understand how bad that is.
Yeah,
Wow.
for sure.
How thick are the walls? They're made of just wood planks, right?
They're
Well, that's what we're
wooden
about to
planks.
find out, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Do you want to try and push your luck?
That's a hard roll to push.
It's that or
Sure.
it's that or
I don't
face
think you
the
can.
consequences.
I don't think you can push your luck.
I don't think you can push your luck,
I
but I'm
think
gonna
luck
let
and
you
sanity.
because I think it's funny if I let you.
Oh, but the bad thing might be worse.
Okay. I'll tell you right now that if you push and you fail, I will tell Elk that it sounds like someone's breaking into your door.
Breaking
So
into
there's like
our door or his door?
I perceive that someone's crashing against my door. Is that accurate?
Yeah, probably something like that.
Do I actually see the door move?
At this current moment, he hasn't pushed it. If he pushes it, this might happen. On a failure at this current moment, you wouldn't hear that. Instead, you hear like the wall creak towards you. However, you can give me an intelligence check.
Me?
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna push it. That's a
yeah,
hard roll
Elk.
for me to try to get.
Okay.
That's a hard
This
roll
is
for me to try to
my
even push.
worst stat. It is literally the lowest it can go.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
Oh, wow.
No.
is that, that's
Yeah.
not a critical failure, is it? I think it's 95 is
It's-
a critical
it's-
failure.
It's just a
It's only
failure.
54. Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah. It sounds like there's something that's moving unnaturally out in the hall at this current moment, and it is like it sounds like it's right in front of your door, Elk.
Has anyone clued into the fact that snoring has stopped?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes.
think you
all of
all
us
have.
I'm
are.
really hoping that he's just dead. Yeah.
Oh no!
I mean, my problem is the fact that he also just said something heavy is moving against the floorboards,
Yeah.
which
It could
also
very well just be that.
Now, should I wake up Elsie?
I think it might be better for her to sleep. I mean, we already have a tough time of it, just the two of us. You think one more person is gonna really help?
No, I guess not. I don't know how she's not waking up from how loud it is.
A lot of alcohol.
Well, she did drink a bit, and I don't think she's exactly the lightest sleeper considering who she is.
The
What?
creaking stops, and everything goes silent.
Gun fully aimed at the door just in case.
Spooky.
Yeah, just fully holding the shotgun, looking at the door, tense. I'm having war flashbacks, not in a good place.
Until you hear the snoring resume.
Right outside the door?
No, sounds like it's downstairs, the
Downstairs,
same
though.
place it was.
Fuck.
God damn.
Well, I'm not sleeping tonight.
And eventually, the rest of the evening, the night passes by, dark circles under both of your eyes as the sun eventually begins to slowly clear the horizon and light up the clouds that are still covering up the entirety of the town. Some of you.
I think the second I see light is the second that my tenseness and me holding the gun and everything just kind of like lowers for once.
Relaxes ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Understand. But light kind of breaks over the horizon. The dark skies once again become dimly lit, the clouds backdropped by the sun. And in the morning, some of you manage to get some rest, while some of you, unfortunately, were not so lucky. And that is where we'll end the session.
Wow.
Oh no!
All of you
I mean,
are awake.
What?
You
What?
can reset your daily sanity loss token.
if you slept.
But the Oilers.
You slept.
Does my luck reset?
Your luck does not change at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I shouldn't have clicked the button. I clicked the button.
The reset for daily does, like, the daily thing resets, but the luck
Okay.
does not reset.
Yeah, even if we didn't sleep,
Yeah. Even if you didn't sleep,
Okay.
it still counts. Like, you're still.
just making sure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
there are
My
clouds.
sanity resets?
The sanity loss
Not-
on a daily basis resets, even if you didn't sleep.
Yeah,
Okay.
where it says at the bottom where it says daily,
Yeah.
you just click the refresh
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but I saw that Jake already resetted it, so it's good.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
Did
uh,
he?
not on your sheet.
Oh, was I 55 then? I forget how much luck I'm supposed to have. A sanity I'm supposed to have.
You're
It's
supposed.
the amount of your power.
Your sanity doesn't
Power.
actually change. Sorry, your sanity does change, but there's a daily amount of sanity that you can lose before your character goes indefinitely insane.
Okay.
If you lose that amount of sanity in one day, your character does not necessarily become under my control, but some of their actions might be dictated by me, and your character would be like suffering under some sort of kind of sanity loss. So say
I think
Okay.
specifically you should have 50 currently.
Oh, okay.
yes.
Because if you
My
I think
daily
you were at
value is
54
9.
before the rule.
Yeah, there's some people who have
You
like
have
a
90
daily value
power?
worse.
Oh, you have 9 sanity?
9 daily sanity maxamatos.
My
9?
daily's 13.
Wait, where do you see this
Daily
daily?
is 13?
Yeah.
Oh, mine's 13.
Hell yeah.
Where do
My
you see
daily
that?
is my daily is 7.
You guys have.
Oh,
That's
mine-
what you get for going to war.
Oh, mine's 13 too. It's your power. It's dictated by your power.
I think it's dictated by your power and your sanity, like your total sanity as well.
Which
I
is
think
your
it adds up.
So
Yeah,
some
mine's
of
a
you are
7.
better, some of you are a lot worse.
Damn.
Thankfully,
Oh, yeah, I can go way more balls to the walls.
Do you want to? But that was our first session. That was our first little bit.
Bartholomew.
Did you guys
Yeah.
enjoy that?
Yeah.
I was spooked.
Yeah.
I was
I hate
scared.
creepy
Crawl.
people. I
Yeah.
hate creepy people staring. That shit, I fucking hate that shit.
Good thing I'm too
fucking
stupid to see
hate
it.
that shit.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Very
just
good.
the idea of like late at night, oh, no one in the dark, you turn around and there's just something staring at you. Fuck that.
Don't perceive me.
Yeah, no, that gets you shot around here.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Like if I look out my window and it's like 1 a.m. and someone's just staring at me, nah, they getting the blicky.
Blicky.
For sure.
I genuinely
Everyone else
expected
is a
you
full investigator.
to shoot him when like you saw him at the bottom, like outside the
The
window.
problem is, the second you said it was Thornton, he was more confused than I have to shoot this man. If it was a random person, oh, for sure there would have been a shot. But because he was Thornton, he was like, what the fuck is happening?
Yep.
Oh, it's funny, Jake, when you were like, when is the prohibition? I was in the middle of a game, but I was sitting there shouting, like, it started in 1920, it started in 1920. But I was muted and I was in the middle of the game, so I couldn't like, hit the button.
Yeah, because I'm fairly certain the majority of the timelines that are like Call of Cthulhu would fit into would be exactly within Prohibition.
Ended in 1933.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, that's why I said earlier, like when you all first started and you had mentioned the year, I said, boy, I sure do hope America has a really good president right about now.
Yikes.
Nope, it's the vacuum guy.
Yep.
The worst one.
Well, hold on.
Well, hold on.
I